One sack title.
Throws down into the end zone, wide open. Touchdown, Carson-Newman, Alvin Sanders.
5 national championships.
That's it from Wilberforce, Ohio, and Carson-Newman will play for the national championship.
Fear the fear.
We're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to go to work starting today so that you are better as a football player, so that you are better as a man, and this program is better because it's bringing glory to God.
This is Carson-Newman football on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, by ShopCNEagles.com, by the Kate Insurance Agency, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Coke Zero, the Tennessee National Guard, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now, here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Back at Berktar Stadium for Carson-Newman and Newberry on the Eagles' homecoming. Carson-Newman 4-2, 2-2 in the sack. Newberry, a game in hand on the Eagles, and in fourth in the league standings, 3-4 and 3-2 in South Atlantic Conference play. It's unseasonably warm today, and for the full weather report, let's send it down to the sidelines to check in with Leanda Carey for today's full weather report.
Thanks, Adam. That's right. It's a beautiful day. Feels very warm out here. It's 68 degrees. The high for today is 70 degrees, and we'll probably reach that around 5 p.m. It's partly cloudy right now. We've got a cool breeze of about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and it feels pretty cool from the breeze, but the humidity is 73%, so it feels very comfortable down here. We have a 20% chance of rain throughout the day, and it has been raining on and off throughout the day, so I would not be surprised if we saw some sprinkles. Back to you. All
right, thank you very much, Leanda. Eagles in the all-orange jerseys for just the second time in the last 10 years, and Carson-Newman wins the toss. Eagles will start out the game with the football. Michael Wattrang, your keys for this one.
You know, some people prefer to tumble dry low. I think the Eagles need to come out machine wash heavy. They need to come out guns blazing and get after on the first drive.
This is not your lay flat to dry kind of game.
It is not.
Machine wash heavy, tumble dry low. Carson-Newman with the football first to start out this homecoming contest, as the Wolves have Jonas Lundberg set to kick off to Devon Moore and Ray Arterbridge. Newberry in white jersey tops, gray trousers. And Lundberg will boot it from left to right. Right leg into it, sends it to Arterbridge over the numbers left side at the goal line. Arterbridge brings it out. He's across the 20, cutting left across the 30 over the numbers left side and brought down up at the 33-yard line. A 32-yard return by Marcus Williams. Appling with the stop, and the Eagles' good field position against a Newberry team that's second to last in the country in kick return defense.
Well, going to be interesting to see Carson-Newman's offense on this very first drive, very first play. Last week they were able to find Braxton Westfield, and the passing game was elite. Carson-Newman finally found out the running game. Let's see if they go to the bread and butter or if they try to sling it around against this Newberry defense.
Carson-Newman starts out with 3 wide receivers. Evans takes, trapped to the left side for Dimitri Salisbury. Good push and a decent game over left tackle up to the 36-yard line. Sparks with the stop. And it's second down, 7 to go.
Well, you look at Carson-Newman through the years, where they really excel in the running game is weak side runs, and that's what they did there. They had two receivers to the right. They ran to the short side of the field to the left and picked up 3.
Westfield and Kelly split wide to the right. Waters short side left. Salisbury, Wimbush split backs behind Evans. Evans takes on 2nd and 7. He's back to pass, freelancing around, rolls out to the right, escapes one man in the backfield. He won't evade the second, and Evans takes a loss of 1. Back to the 35. Ty Kelly, 10th in the country in sacks. It's his 9th and a half on that play. 3rd and 8 now for the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles wanted to get the underneath slant. They were running an out and up from the slot and a slant on the inside, trying to get a quick hitter on the outside, but a good defensive play by the safety on that side. I believe it was Doobies that was there on the play.
3rd and 8 for the Eagles toward the right hash at their own 35. Evans takes, straight drop, steps up in the pocket, throws out left side. That's complete up at the 45-yard line for first down yardage. Anthony Blue makes the stop on Romaine Kelly, who picks up 12 yards, call it 13 yards, up to the 48, and the Eagles move the chains through the air.
Well, that opened up nicely, just a flat route underneath, and Evans was able to locate the curl pattern near midfield, and an easy pitch and catch for a first down.
No score, 13:23 to play in the first quarter. Eagles go with a tight end now as Evans takes. Keeps the option left side. Evans dancing along the left sideline and steps out in Newberry territory. Down at the 40 after picking up the first down, a gain of 12. Hines slings him out of bounds. Eagles fake the dive to Salisbury, and then Evans, a lot of running room on the edge. Back-to-back first downs for Carson-Newman. They've got it at the Newberry 40. No score, 13-12 to play in the first quarter.
They got a nice block on the outside as well. Pretty good sledding there for CN.
Two wide set, Westfield wide to the right, Kelly short side left. Evans takes, trapped to the right side, Wimbush. And Wimbush has his lunch eaten in the backfield. Stopped for a loss by Braxton Butler, senior D lineman out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Blew up his man and stops Wimbush 4 yards in the backfield, 2nd and 14.
Yeah, not a lot of times you see that happen for Carson-Newman when they go -4 on a play, but good penetration up front by Newberry. Eagles offense, couple steps forward, 1 step backward. A little bit of a difficulty moving the ball so far.
3 wide set for Carson-Newman. Kelly and Westfield short side left. Waters to the right. Dindy and Johnson the split backs behind Evans. Johnson in motion. Evans takes, throws the screen, left side, complete to Johnson. He's got good yardage. Hops across the 35 along the left sideline and forced out of bounds down at the 34 by Anthony Blue. Eagles have to get a second look whether that was officially a rush or a pass. Regardless, it's good for 10 yards and brings up 3rd down and 4 to go for the Eagles. Carson-Newman 0 for 10 on 3rd downs last year against Newberry. They've already converted on 1 this drive.
Yeah, it's a really good play call by Mike Turner. You motion the back out, throw the bubble screen out to this near left sideline, and it's a pretty good gain for CN to get this more manageable.
Officially credited a pass, so 10 yards through the air. Evans on 3rd and 4. Takes the snap, gives the dive, left side for Troy Dindy. Dindy spins around over the numbers, left side inside the 30, picks up the first down, and Cunningham brings him down at the 29-yard line. 2 for 2 on 3rd downs this possession. Dindy gives the Eagles 5 on the ground. The drive brewing here for Carson-Newman, 11:40 to play, first quarter, no score. Back to a 3 wide receiver set for the Eagles. 2 split to the wide side right, 1 to the short side left. Salisbury and Wimbush split backs behind Evans. Evans takes, fakes the dive to Wimbush, keeps it himself around left tackle. Evans pushing inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line before he's wrangled down by Balin English down at the 22. Anthony Blue also helping him to the turf. Pickup of 7 for Derek Evans, who's carried it 3 times for 18 yards here early.
Yeah, really good decision by Derek Evans as well to fake the pitch, tuck it up in there, and get 7 yards. Eagles methodically working down the field. Good play calling right now by Mike Turner as well. A variety so far by the CN offense.
Carson-Newman goes to 2 tight ends for this 2nd and 4. Evans takes, fakes the dive, keeps it left side. He's got the first down across the 15, running numbers left side down to the 12. And English brings him down. A flag after the play comes to a close. Oh, the numbers down at the 8. If it stands, it's good for a 10-yard gain for Derek Evans and a first down, but we'll see what the hanky is.
I think they're going to call it on Trevor McCarriv late. I think the play was over, at least in the back judge's eyes. And McCarriv came in and not necessarily threw a punch, but came in and popped Logan Bailey.
Dead ball after the play. Personal foul, late hit. Number 82 of the offense. 15 yards, first down.
So the first down stands. Gain of 10 down to the 12. Then back it up to the 27, where it's at least 1st and 10.
Yeah, it was just McCarriv trying to make a late block, and you understand the call from the official. That block didn't have anything to do with the potential success of the play. Evans was almost to a knee at that point. The official threw the hanky. At the end of the day, it doesn't overly harm Carson-Newman, but instead of getting inside the 20 and the 15, now backed up near the 30.
27-yard line of Newberry, left hash for the Eagles, no score, 10:30 to play first quarter. Evans brings the line set and McCarriv in motion to the wide side right. Evans takes speed option right. A pitch to Wimbush. Wimbush cuts at the 25 out toward the 20 right sideline and is brought down at the 20 by Adams after the gain of 7. Second down, 3 to go for the Eagles. This is the first drive of the game, and Carson-Newman got it at its own 33. Eagles have been on the move. No score. They've converted on a pair of third downs on a drive that's taken 5 minutes of game clock.
Yeah, good run by Wimbush. Set up his block in the slot. Romaine Kelly was washing his man down, and Wimbush able to pop it outside. 2nd
and 3 for the Eagles. Right hash at the Newberry 20. Evans under center. Split backs. McCarriv in motion to the wide side left. Evans takes, gives on the dive to Wimbush. Wimbush, good second effort, is able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much else. Keto Jordan in the fray, as was Stanley Harrison. Chestnut making some stuff happen from his inside linebacker position. Wimbush doesn't get anything. 3rd down, 3 to go. Wimbush 2 carries for -4 yards. The Eagles have had their success on the ground with Derek Evans, 4 carries for 28 yards.
Yeah, when you get 3rd and 3 like this, it really opens up the playbook for Carson-Newman.
Wide out each way for the Eagles. Tight end to the right of the line. Ball equidistant between the hashes from the Newberry 20. Eagles in all orange moving right to left. Evans brings the line set and had movement from the right side, and Jordan Seal. A step early was Jordan Seal, and the false start will make this a little more difficult at 3rd and 8.
Yeah, just really interesting. It looked like the snap count took a little extra time.
Number 79, 5 yards, 3rd down.
And those offensive linemen like good rhythmic tones from the quarterback, something that they can get used to. And it almost looked like Evans was a little choppy there, and Seal couldn't hold his water and jumped off.
8:55 to play first quarter, no score. This is the first possession of the game. Eagles have it between the hashes at the Newberry 25, but it's 3rd and 8. Carson-Newman 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far this drive, including 1 conversion on 3rd and long. Evans sends a man in motion out of the backfield, takes the snap, has a ball batted in the air and incomplete. Anthony Blue had a shot at the pick at the 20. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and the Eagles were looking for the quick slant to Westfield, but Wolves get a paw on it, and Carson-Newman's field goal unit will come on for a 42-yard try for Nate Kraft.
Looked like Marcus Chestnut got the hand up to the left arm of Derek Evans, and that forced that duck to get out there. Eagles very fortunate that didn't turn out to be an interception.
Carson-Newman with a late substitution to get Phil McDowell in on the right side of that line. Campbell will snap, Udy will hold. Snap comes back, hold is down. Kraft's kick is on the way, has plenty of length, and Kraft puts it dead center through the upright. So Nate Kraft converts on his 5th field goal of the season and gives the Eagles a 3-0 lead, 8:26 to go in the first quarter. We return to the Berktar Stadium after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment, 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
Nate Kraft is true from 42 yards, and the Eagles have a 3-0 lead after a 12-play, 52-yard drive. Takes 6:34 off the clock. And now the Eagles give the ball back to Newberry as Kraft's kick is into the end zone, and Nate Kraft a touchback machine this year for Carson-Newman on kickoffs. Newberry starts over 1st and 10 from its own 25-yard line, and we'll see what this Newberry offense has in store after Kraft's 30th touchback of the year.
Yeah, always positive when the Eagles can know that they're going to start defensively at their own 25-yard line, and let's see how this defense responds against an upstart Newberry offense.
Colton Bailey is the starting quarterback for the Wolves for a fourth consecutive game. The reigning National Player of the Week, Chance Walker, is off of his right hip. 3 wide set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap back to Bailey. Hand off Walker left side. Walker looking for his seam. Has some running room across the 30. And he's slung down near the first down marker. Good enough for the first down. Rondro Peebles is the one that hit him about 5 yards before the sticks. But forward momentum propels Walker forward for 10 yards and first down.
Yeah, good lead block as they pull the right guard around to create some real estate for Walker. And Carson-Newman's front 4 are going to have to control things up front. Linebackers have to make plays.
1st and 10 Wolves, left hash at their own 35-yard line. Bailey out of the gun, play fake to Walker, throws left side. That's complete to a wide receiver, Bobby Kitchings, and Kitchings wiggles his way across the 45 up to the 48-yard line and forced out of bounds after 13 yards and a first down. Antonio Henderson with the stop. Newberry, chunk yardage, back-to-back plays.
Well, Desmond Farrell missed a tackle right after the completion, and that was what allowed a first down pitch and catch to Kitchens.
7:45 left to play. First quarter, 3-0 Eagles the lead. Wolves with 1st and 10, left hash at their own 48. Bailey out of the gun, hands off straight ahead. Walker met in the backfield and drilled for a loss. Wyclef Fenor sticks him for a loss of 1 back to the 47. Fenor immediately into the backfield for the TFL, his first of the year.
Yeah, very good penetration from Fenor as he was able to scream into the backfield and make the play. First negative play for Newberry.
2nd and 11 Wolves, left hash at their own 47-yard line. Trips wide receivers to the wide side right. Lone man Kitchings is to the short side left. Colton Bailey settles back into the gun with Walker to his right. Wolves moving left to right, down by 3. Halfway through the first quarter. Snap back to Bailey. Steps back to pass, wiggles around, rolls out to the right, scrambling. Bailey across the 45, across midfield. Hit at the thighs and driven down by Darius Williams in Carson-Newman territory. Down at the 46-yard line. Heady play by the freshman. He gains 7. 3rd down and a manageable 4 for the Wolves.
Well, the Eagles bring blitz in the face of Bailey. Antonio Henderson had a chance to set the edge and force Bailey inside where it would have been a sack, but Henderson got washed out, got a little too antsy, went inside with a move. By doing so, got pushed away. Bailey was able to get to the outside and get 7.
3rd and 4 for the Wolves, right hash at the Carson-Newman 46. Trips wide receivers to the wide side left. Bailey from the gun takes the snap, hands off Walker right side, jitterbugging around. He's at the 45 and being driven to the right sideline and pushed out of bounds by Jamarian McDonald, a yard short of the yard line to make, down at the 43-yard line. Got 3. Good job by McDonald to meet him and keep him horizontal. 4th and 1, Eagles, second best 3rd down defense in the country. Stiffens there, but the Wolves offense still on the field for 4th and 1, right hash at the Carson-Newman 43.
Well, it was a nice play by Jamarian McDonald. He was able to keep Walker from getting to the marker, and now this at least gives Carson-Newman a chance to get a stop here on 4th and a yard.
Catrez Cook is the new running back for the Wolves. Colton Bailey into a pistol, 2 tight ends to either side of the line. Snap comes back, play fake, throws the slant over the middle of the field, incomplete. Was looking for Tyleek Johnson at the 40-yard line, but Antonio Henderson and Desmond Farrell right there to dislodge it. And the Eagles force the Wolves off the field with the turnover on downs. Well-read play by Carson-Newman's defense. Great field position now for the Eagles offense. 1st and 10 at its own 43 with a 3-0 lead and 5:42 to play in the first quarter. We'll step aside for a break as well. Carson-Newman's drive starts at its own 43 after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Newman with the football, 1st and 10, left hash at its own 43-yard line after a turnover downs forces Newberry off the field. Evans takes on 1st and 10, rolls right, looking to throw. Evans, a late pitch out to the right side for Wimbush. Wimbush gets positive yardage up to midfield and forced out of bounds by Trey Woods right at the 50. 7 yards, but pass, was it open there, Michael Watchang?
I think it was. It was a very tight window for Derek Evans to throw it. He had to make the decision as soon as he got out of the play fake because Westfield was open right around the 45, but if Evans would have waited an extra second, it probably would have been picked. It needed to be perfect. Still, the Eagles make something out of potentially what could have been nothing.
5:08 left to play, first quarter, 3-0. Eagles the opening advantage after Nate Kraft's 42-yard field goal. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles from midfield. Evans takes, gives on the dive to Salisbury. He's got the first down and more, powering his way along the numbers right side inside the 40 and forced down in the boundary right side, down at the 35 by Jackson. 15-yard tote by Dimitri Salisbury and a first down for the Eagles. Carson-Newman with 62 yards rushing on 11 carries now, looking for 300 on the ground against the Wolves for the first time in 5 years.
Well, Carson-Newman's defense did the job. Now it's up to Carson-Newman's offense to get a touchdown, to get a 2-score lead on a Newberry team that has fallen behind against some teams this year.
3 wide receivers set for the Eagles and a man in motion to the wide side left is Westfield. Evans takes, wants to throw, slant over the middle of the field. That is complete down at the 25-yard line. Coming back to get it was Corey Waters down at the 25, and he immediately hits his keister 10 yards through the air on Corey Waters' first reception of his sophomore year.
Well, it's a good play design. The eye candy of Westfield going in motion turns the focus to a guy that can be an All-American in his career in Westfield, and the Eagles just take advantage. Throw the slant, easy pitch and catch, nice grab as well.
4:10 to play, first quarter, 3-0 Eagles lead. They've got 1st and 10 from the Wolves' 25 at the left hash. Evans with split backs behind him, takes the snap, trap, left side, Toot Johnson hits the hole and gets hit immediately. He's down to the 23-yard line, and that's it for Toot. Brought down by Ty Kelly in the gap. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Stanley Harrison made a nice push as well, 6'4", 230. Florida native was able to get a push on that left side of the offensive line to shut down a gap on the outside.
3:38 to go, first quarter, 3-0 Eagles in charge. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. It's service you can trust and value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, where AEC, member-owned and service-driven. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Play clock at 6 as McCarriff goes in motion to the wide side right. Evans takes speed option to the right. Evans with plenty of running room. He's across the 15, has the first down, spins out of a tackle inside the 10, and forced out of bounds along the right sideline. Fountain, the man that pushes him out, but Derek Evans freewheeling for 13 yards down to the 10 for the first down for the Eagles.
Well, Evans just shows his leadership and his experience in this offense. He didn't wait for the running backs to get out there. He immediately put the pedal to the metal, was able to get to the outside, and what he's done so often this year, freelance for good yardage.
3-minute mark, first quarter, 3-0 Eagles the lead. 1st and goal from the 10. Carson-Newman can't get a first down here. Right hash on the field for the Eagles, moving right to left in all orange jerseys. Evans under center, brings McCarriff in motion to the wide side left. Evans takes, fakes the dive, option keeper left side, lowers his shoulders between the hashes, and gets down to the 6-yard line before he's collapsed from behind by Chestnut and those long dreads hanging out of the back of his helmet, obscuring the majority of his number. Gain of 4 down to the 6, 2nd and goal.
Well, what Newberry is doing is they're forcing Carson-Newman's option to get spread out. So Evans has to make a choice. Do you ride the option all the way across the length of the field, or do you turn it up? And often today he's decided to just turn it up. 2nd
and goal from the 6 for Carson-Newman. Ball between the hashes. McCarriff, the tight end to the left. Westfield split to the left as well. Evans takes. He gives on the dive, left side. And down to the 1, just short of the goal line. Sharon Jackson on the carry, kept out of the end zone by Craig Barksdale. 3rd and goal from the 1. Jackson and Johnson split backs behind Evans for 3rd and goal from the 1 with 103 seconds left in the first quarter. Eagles with a 3-0 lead. Evans brings the line set, hollers out a call to get Newberry to flinch, see what the Wolves are doing. Carson-Newman sends 2 receivers, Westfield and Kelly out to the right. Evans takes, trap, right side. Jackson, a hop, a skip, a jump, and he's got 6. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Too easy for Sharon Jackson on the play over right tackle, his 2nd score of the season. And Carson-Newman has a 9-0 lead with 85 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, great blocking on the right side of the offensive line by Carson-Newman, and Jackson, he could have somersaulted into the end zone, had all day with a wide open hole on the right side.
Kraft on for the PAT. Snap is back, hold is down, and Kraft's kick is true. 10-0 Eagles lead it with 85 seconds to play in the first quarter. We return to Berktar Stadium after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear, Assurance, Comfort Tread tires, and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
Carson-Newman has piled up 120 yards of total offense to just 32 for the Wolves, and the Eagles lead at 10-0 with 1:25 to play in the first quarter. Nate Kraft on to kick off with Walker and St. Hill deep to return. Kraft a nice line drive kick that'll bounce into the end zone. Chance Walker gave it a look with a fair catch, but that was always going to be Nate Kraft's 32nd touchback of the year. Hey, Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles, so when you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $4.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, it is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Wolves turned it over on downs after bringing it into Carson-Newman territory their last possession. They go with 4 wide on 1st and 10, middle of the field at their own 25-yard line. Bailey with a man in motion. Kitchings takes the snap, back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's hitting the backfield, wiggles his way forward, and gets positive yardage between the hashes up to the 26-yard line. Rodsean Williams was the guy that got upon him and took him a while to wiggle down the elusive Colton Bailey out of Inman, South Carolina. Just a yard, 2nd and 9.
He just didn't quite have the time to be able to look at the 4-receiver route. He had a man in the seam to his right-hand side, but never could quite step up in the pocket and find him.
10-0 Eagles lead, under 60 seconds to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 9, Wolves, middle of the field at their own 26. Bailey out of the gun, Walker to his right. Snap comes back high, handoff Walker left side, has a bit of a seam, but it closes instantaneously. Montel Presley got his big hands on Walker and pulls him to the ground up at the 30-yard line in the boundary left side. Looked like Walker might get some forward progress, had some momentum. Montel Presley stopped it in an instant. 4 yards, 3rd down, 5 to go.
Yeah, great job by Presley, who has been asked to do a lot for Carson-Newman this season, and he was tall to the task that time.
5 wide set for Bailey, out of the gun on 3rd and 5 from his own 30. Bailey back to pass, airs out left sideline. That's picked off at the 40-yard line by Desmond Farrell. Farrell with the return across the 35, spins back to the left across the 30, and is brought down by Kitchings over the sack logo down at the 28. It is just the 3rd interception that Newberry has thrown all season. Desmond Farrell gets his 16th career interception on a spectacular read along the left sideline. 3.4 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Eagles have the football at the Newberry 28.
Well, that was a great pick by Farrell in coverage. He was one-on-one on the outside. He jammed him initially, but the ball was just underthrown, and Farrell was right at the 40, able to climb the ladder and pick it off.
Desmond Farrell, 2 more picks, and he's into a tie for third on the all-time interceptions list with Al Canty and Deontay Bolden. 2 tight end set now for Carson-Newman. Westfield lone man to the wide side left. Evans brings Reese in motion. Toss left side Salisbury. Salisbury hit in the backfield and driven down for a loss of 2 back to the 30 by Marcus Chestnut. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 for Carson-Newman when we start the second quarter. That heads your way after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear? Eagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
A nice homecoming crowd of 4,400 plus on hand watching Carson-Newman lead Newberry 10-0 after 1. Eagles have it 2nd and 12 left hash at the Wolves 30 after Desmond Farrell's 16th career interception, moving left to right in all orange jerseys. Just the second time in the last decade Carson-Newman has worn this jersey combination. Evans under center with split backs. Wimbush and Salisbury. It's a toss left side for Salisbury. Spins away left side numbers and gets down to the 26-yard line before the run comes to a halt. Chestnut stops him, as well as A.J. Valentine in on the stop. Gain of 4 for Salisbury. 3rd down, 8 to go. Eagles 3 for 4 on 3rd down so far today. Carson-Newman with 89 yards on the ground on 17 carries thus far. Done a decent job, but they've needed to go to the air as well, and Evans has responded 3 for 4 for 33 yards. Looking for a major blow here and a chance to make it a 17-point game with a touchdown after the Newberry pick. Evans sends a man in motion, Wimbush out to the wide side right. Evans back to pass, throws it out to the right sideline. Romaine Kelly reaching back with his left hand, can't get it on it. Incomplete along the right side of the end zone. Would have been one of the most spectacular catches you'll ever see if Kelly had been able to haul that one in. Tough play to make, but it was only Kelly's play to make. No chance for a Wolf to make a play on it. Ty Kelly had pressure on Evans to hurry the throw, and Carson-Newman will settle for an 8-craft field goal from 43 yards. He's already knocked one home from 42 today.
Yeah, that was the problem for Carson-Newman. They had the pressure, and because of the pressure, Evans couldn't step into the throw.
Campbell's snap is back. Udy's hold is down. Kraft's kick is on the way. It has the distance, but he pushes it wide to the left. So Kraft misses the field goal, and Newberry atones for the interception. Keeps it a 10-0 lead in favor of Carson-Newman with 14:05 to play in the second quarter. Hey, Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals that the Lakeway region has to offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, it's the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So Newberry takes over, 1st and 10 at its own 26-yard line with 14:05 to play in the second quarter. Bailey out of the gun. Walker to his right. Bailey takes the shotgun snap, hands off Walker straight ahead. Hello, Jimmy Mara. Jimmy Mara swallows him up whole and stops him for a loss of 3 back to the 23-yard line. 2nd and 13. Or pardon me, that was Wyclef Fenor, not Jimmy Mara. I got the jersey off by a digit.
Nice penetration, though. Eagles doing a good job up front. We wondered how that D-line would respond, and so far, so good for Larry Slade's crew.
2nd and 13 for the Eagles, or for the Wolves, pardon me. Right hash at their own 23. Bailey from the gun. Walker's to his right. Snap back at the chest. Bailey stands in. Throws out left side. Complete to Kitchings at the 25. Kitching goes up and gets leveled by Antonio Henderson across the 30. Up at the 31-yard line. 8 yards for Kitchings. 3rd down and 5 to go for the Wolves. Newberry 0 for 2 on 3rd downs against the Carson-Newman defense that's 2nd in the country in 3rd down defense. 13:02 to play, 2nd quarter, 10-0 Eagles lead. From the left hash, Colton Bailey takes the shotgun snap, rolls right, throws right, complete on a comeback route up at the 41-yard line to Kitchings. And Kitchings wrestled out of bounds by Ray Arterbridge at the 42-yard line where he caught the football. 11 yards and a 1st down through the air for the Wolves.
A lot of congestion on that side of the field, a corner route and then a comeback route right underneath that, and a good job by Bailey extending the play and picking out the right choice.
1st and 10, Wolves right hash at their own 42. Bailey out of the gun with Walker to his right. 2 wide receivers wide to the left. Snap back, handoff Walker straight ahead. Walker across the 45 and falls face first up to the 47-yard line. Rondro Peebles wrenches him down. A 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Well, Carson-Newman isn't really respecting the passing game on the outside. Multiple times the cornerbacks on the wide side of the field are playing almost close enough to the hash marks and leaving the wide receiver. It's basically split out near the numbers, open on that side, but Newberry hasn't taken advantage.
2nd down, 5 to go. Wolves right hash at their own 47. Bailey out of the gun, takes the snap, play fake to Walker, throws out right side, complete with a lot of space to Bobby Irby. He's across midfield for 1st down yardage and wrangled down along the right sideline down at the 45-yard line after a 7-yard gain. Check that, not Irby, Bryson Woodruff. Regardless, 8 yards and a 1st down for the Wolves.
Well, Carson-Newman's defense has been tested on a couple of these drives by Newberry. They stood tall the first time around, trying to do so here.
1st and 10, Wolves right hash at the Carson-Newman 45. Bailey takes, hands off Walker left side. He's hitting the hole and buried. A loss of 1 back to the 46-yard line. Rodsean Williams, Nick Owens filled the gap in a hurry, as well as Daniel Dixon Brooks. And it's a loss of 1 back to the 46, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Dixon Brooks did a great job filling that gap in real estate, the Newberry transfer against his former team.
11:10 to play, 2nd quarter, 10-0. Eagles have the lead on the Wolves. 4 wide receivers set for Colton Bailey with the reigning National Player of the Week, Chance Walker, to his right. Ball rests on the Eagle head logo. Snap back to Bailey. Blitz comes from the backside. Bailey's hitting the backfield at the 50, escapes it. Rolling out to the right side. Bailey across the 45 and forced out of bounds along the right side, down at the 40-yard line. Farrell, the man that hustles him to the sideline, but Bailey with the escapability to get away from Rondro Peebles and pick up 6 yards.
Well, it's a good job by Chance Walker. He had a chance to take out a Carson-Newman defender, but rather than blow him up, he just got in his way and impeded any kind of progress. Intelligent play by Walker to not concede 15 yards.
3rd down and 5 to go for the Wolves. Bailey out of the gun, right hash at the Carson-Newman 40. Walker to his right. Snap back. Bailey looking to throw. Airs out left side. That's batted into the air and incomplete. Ray Arterbridge deflects it away from the intended target. Cade Ruff down at the 30 in the boundary left side. And the Wolves will bring on Shea Rogers to punt.
That's just a good play by Ray Arterbridge, and any cornerback needs to be able to make a play like that. A slant, a post, whatever it may be on an inward breaking route, to get into your back pedal, plant that outside foot, and drive on it, and that's exactly what Arterbridge did.
Shea Rogers has pinned 17 punts inside opponents' 20s this year, and this one is skied to the end zone, bounces at the 5, gets a Carson-Newman bounce up to the 10, but still great work by Shea Rogers. 18th punt inside the 20-yard line of his opposition this year. Carson-Newman takes over 1st and 10 at its own 10-yard line. 10-12 to play in the 2nd quarter, and the Eagles leading 10-0.
Well, I've looked at Carson-Newman's offense here in the 1st quarter plus. They've wanted to take some shots down the field, just haven't quite been able to link up. Evans was pressured on that last drive on a ball on a wheel route. Eagles have tried to hit some of these big plays, just haven't quite been able to click, but they have been able to move the football to the tune of 122 yards.
Wimbush and Johnson, the split backs behind Evans. 2 wide receiver set with Westfield to the left and Kelly to the right. McCariff tight end to the right of the line. Evans takes the snap, gives on the dive, right side for Toot Johnson. Johnson powering his way up to the 17-yard line over the boundary right side. 7-yard tote for Toot. Anthony Blue brings him down. 2nd and 3.
Well, Carson-Newman's offense, we've been so spoiled with what they've been able to do in the running game at home this season, and they're right over 5 yards per carry right now. Just haven't quite been able to break one of that big one so far. Salisbury has the longest rush of the day for CN. That was a 15-yarder.
2nd down and 3 to go for the Eagles toward the right hash at their own 17-yard line. Reese into the game in place of McCarriff at tight end, wide out each way. With Johnson and Wimbush split backs behind Evans. Evans takes, dive, right of center for Toot. Toot, good surge across the 25. He's got the first down before Anthony Blue trips him up over the numbers right side, up at the 27-yard line. 10 yards for Toot, and a first down for the Eagles. 9:18 to play, second quarter, 10-0, Carson-Newman on top.
Well, it looked like Toot was going to fall over as soon as he grabbed the ball. He was always stumbling and was fortunate that he was able to maintain his balance long enough to pick up good yardage for CN.
1st and 10 Eagles, right hash at their own 27-yard line. Evans under center, split backs. He's back to pass, throws out to the left sideline, complete to Braxton Westfield up at the 38-yard line, and he's ushered out of bounds by the Wolves' Krishan Jackson. Spot him out at the 36. That's good enough for 11 yards and a first down.
Well, he caught 9 balls last week. It was the first time in pretty much an eternity since Carson-Newman player had caught at least that many passes. They were all short underneath stuff. I think he'd love to get into the secondary and show those wheels again that made him such a great big play threat.
He's in the slot to the wide side right. Kelly also split that direction with Waters to the short side left. Evans takes, gives on a trap left side to Johnson. And Johnson, the previous play was only good for 9 yards, not 11. Johnson picks up a first down there on the trap to the left side up to the 37-yard line. And the Eagles move the chains.
Well, right now, if you're looking at Carson-Newman's offense, you have a linebacker, Trey Wood, 6'2", 220, a senior, lined up one-on-one on Braxton Westfield in the slot. Somebody's got to see that and say, let's give our guy an opportunity against the linebacker in an easy mismatch.
Evans under center, split backs, 1st and 10, left hash at the Eagles' own 37-yard line. Evans takes, fakes the dive, runs the option to the right, a late pitch. Right side for Dindy. Dindy shakes off one defender and then shimmies his way up to the 40. Newberry extends the play, throws down Dindy well after the whistle blows, and you'll tack on 15 to the end of the run. 3 yards for Dindy up to the 40. 15 will move it up to the Newberry 45-yard line. Balin English, the first man there.
An easy call for the officials. If you drive a runner to the turf after the whistle blows, that's an easy call. If you hold him up and just drive him 50 yards back, you probably don't get the penalty.
Here's Jason Graham.
Play, dead ball, unnecessary roughness, number 8 of the defense, 15 yards, first down.
Anthony Blue, younger brother of Newberry legend Joe Blue, there with the penalty. Good second effort by Troy Dindy, too, to extend that out and get bonus yardage.
He blew out a tire right at the 40-yard line on that arrow pointing to his backside, and he was fortunate to be able to maintain his balance long enough to get positive yardage, and then the penalty tacks it on and gets the Eagles into Newberry territory.
7:37 to go, second quarter, 10-0. Eagles lead it, moving left to right. Got it 1st and 10, right hash at the Wolves' 45. Dindy and Salisbury split backs behind Evans. Evans drops the snap, picks it up, and just hits the deck. Nothing there for Derek Evans thanks to the fumbled snap. Josh Edwards, the man that met him first. It's a loss of 2 back to the 47, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, just a bad center quarterback exchange in that situation. Puts the Eagles behind the sticks. But Evans, who's the 2nd leading rusher in the league this year, has done a nice job on the ground, 42 yards on the ground as well as through the air so far.
2nd down and 12 to go for the Eagles. Play clock at 12. 6:53 to go in the second quarter. Eagles with a 10-0 lead. Scored on their first 2 possessions, missed a field goal on the 3rd, and now a false start coming on Carson-Newman. So back this one up more.
False start on the offense, number 76, 5 yards, Second down.
So Philip McDowell, the man caught leaning. 2nd and 17 now for Carson-Newman.
Well, just some sloppiness from Carson-Newman here at times. Offensively, they've been out of sorts on a few plays here and there, and now you're well behind the sticks. You have 2 plays to try to pick up 17 yards.
Evans under center, split backs, middle of the field at his own 48. He takes the snap, option to the left side, pitches to Salisbury. Salisbury with the seam across the 45, gets a block from Wimbush, and powers his way over the numbers left side down to the 41-yard line of Newberry. Crockett with the stop. It's a gain of 12 for Salisbury to bring up 3rd and call it 6 for the Eagles.
Yeah, big 11-yard pickup. And as you mentioned, Wimbush with a good block. Kelly, Westfield, good blocks as well on the outside. This makes this much more manageable. And honestly, for CN, if you can get some positive yardage here, might be a 4-down situation.
5:55 to go, second quarter. Carson-Newman with a 10-0 lead in hand. 3 wide set for the Eagles. Left hash at the Newberry 41. Evans speed option to the right. A pitch to Wimbush. Wimbush gets hit at the 40 and squirts down to the 38-yard line in the boundary right side. Alex Smith seals him off. Gain of 3 for Antonio Wimbush. Not too shabby if you're thinking 4-down territory, which it appears that Carson-Newman is. 4th and 3. They need the 35.
Well, Mike Turner's pushing guys off of the field. The punt unit almost ran out there without even prompting, and Turner said, hey, let's get back, guys. We're going for this, or at least setting the offense out there. Still plenty of time on the play clock to make up your mind on what you want to do on 4th and 3.
10-0 Eagles lead it. 5:12 to play in the second quarter. Wimbush and Johnson split backs behind Evans. Evans takes speed option left. Pitches to Toot Johnson. Johnson looking for the edge. He's got it with the first down. Johnson a stiff arm across the 30 and forced down out of bounds inside the 25, down at the 24, but a hanky on the play. Likely a hold coming.
I didn't see exactly what had happened, and this is going to be an interesting call because maybe a crackback of some kind, a hold, but it certainly looked like Eagles were fairly clean on the outside making their blocks.
Holding on the offense, number 19, 10 yards from the spot, 4th down.
So Romaine Kelly called for the hold, setting the edge on the outside. We've got a second look here in the booth, and caught maybe a glimpse of it. What'd you see, Michael?
I didn't see much. I can understand from an official. The officials, a lot of times, they're focused on so many things that if they see a jersey jostle in any situation, they're going to throw that flag, and I think that's all it was. Kelly wasn't exactly holding, but the jersey was flopping around.
So Carson-Newman punts from the Newberry 48-yard line. Eagles at least flip field position. Snap comes back to Kraft. Gets off a high one with his right leg, headed for the left sideline, and Kraft sticks it at the 10. A high bounce backwards up to the 15, and it's down by Ryan Randall at the 14-yard line. That's where Newberry takes over when we come back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment, 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
AM 620, WRJZ, Knoxville.
Well, Carson-Newman has its lowest yards per play and lowest yards per rush of the season on first down. 4.4 yards per play, 3.4 yards per rush, but the Eagles up 10-0 on Newberry with 4:28 to play in the second quarter, and the Wolves take over. 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. Colton Bailey in the gun with Walker to his right. Man in motion, Kitchings comes into the backfield from the wide side right. Snap back, handoff Walker, left side, looking for a seam around left tackle. has a glimmer of daylight and wiggles his way over the left hashes up to the 20-yard line before Darius Williams cuts him down at the ankle. 6 yards on the ground for Chance Walker, 8 carries now for 23 yards for Walker.
Well, this is a huge drive in this game. Newberry will get the ball to start the second half. And despite Carson-Newman seemingly controlling this game, a 2-for-1 scenario here, we get Newberry either equal or on the lead.
Second down, 4 to go for the Wolves, left hash at their own 20. Snap back and a handoff. Walker straight ahead. Walker surging forward over the left hash. He's got the first down up to the 25-yard line. Rondro Peebles the first man to meet him, but Walker gains 5 to move the sticks. Cade Insurance Agency is one of the oldest and most experienced insurance agencies in the Lakeway region. Visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com or call 865-475-3391 for a quote today. That's CadeInsuranceAgency.com and 865-475-3391. 3:35 to play second quarter, 10-0. Carson-Newman in the driver's seat. First and 10 Wolves from their own 25. And off Walker straight ahead. He stumbles across the line of scrimmage and slips forward over the sack logo up to the 31-yard line in the boundary left side. No Eagle is really close to him. Walker gums himself up there but gets 6. Second down, 4 to go.
Well, Carson-Newman was all out of sorts defensively. Unfortunate that didn't go for more yardage because they were bringing in 3 or 4 different linemen and they couldn't get set up on time.
Bailey out of the gun with trips wide receivers to the wide side right. Walker off of his right hip. Bailey takes the snap at the chest, rolls the pocket right. Hold there, but no call. Bailey across the 30 and forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Peebles the one that ushers him out. Bailey gets 2 on the ground, but the Wolves, Austin Anderson with a hold that he got away with.
Third down, big third down with 2:47 and rolling here in the second quarter.
Wolves 1 for 4 on third downs. This is 3rd and 2, right hash at their own 33. Bailey out of the gun against a 3-man front. 2 almost standing ends between linebacker Antonio Henderson and safety Darius Williams. Snap back to Bailey. Design quarterback draw. He gets the first down. Moving across the 35. Grabbed in the boundary right side by Montel Presley, but not before Bailey gets up to the 37 to pick up 4 and move the chains with a first down.
Almost looked more like a speed option, and he just decided to take it right between the right guard's right butt cheek to get a few yards.
Bailey back to pass, play fake, now steps up in the pocket, gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Up at the 39-yard line, Justin Triplett with the stop after 2 yards. Over the right hash is second down, 8 to go.
Well, here's what you're seeing from Newberry. Very methodical. They don't have a true big play threat on their team.
Want to go quick here on 2nd and 8. Bailey back to pass, throws the screen, complete to Walker right side. Walker along the right sideline, across the 40 and forced out of bounds. Up at the 42-yard line by Bernard Scott. Just 3 yards on the swing pass and screen to Walker. Third down, 5 to go. Minute 50 to play, second quarter, 10-0 Eagles lead.
Well, each team has all 3 timeouts, so if Carson-Newman can get a stop here, got a chance to get the football and get points. Same with Newberry if they can get a first down.
4 wide set for the Wolves. 3rd and 5, right hash at their own 42. Irby in motion. Bailey takes, back to pass, throws the screen to Irby, and then Darius Williams is going to get flagged probably for targeting here. Blew up Irby.
The official didn't throw the flag right away. I mean, he was right there and right, wrong, and different. He didn't throw the flag right away, and he elected to make the choice that the flag did need to come at the last second, and that's tough. I mean, any defender, you know, you're trying to make a play. You're trying to ensure that the guy in front of you is not picking up first down yardage and is not receiving the ball, and Williams didn't know that he was going to drop it, and it's just where we're at in football these days. I think a lot of defenders do not like the calls. You have to protect the offensive player, but it's by rule, it's the right call. But for Carson-Newman, it's a challenging call because you felt like you did a good enough job to get off the football field.
Darius Williams, this is tough. Darius Williams didn't launch. He lowered his head, but certainly intentional contact.
Personal foul, targeting, number 7 of the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Number 7 has been disqualified.
So Darius Williams is out for the second half due to targeting. And there is one of Carson-Newman's emotional leaders who will have to exit the field.
Well, not only that, he's the 3rd leading tackler in the conference this year. He is a guy that does a little bit of everything. I mean, it's a tough call. I mean, it's a tough call, but it's where we're at in football these days. The benefit always goes to the offense in that situation. It doesn't matter what level you're playing at. People dislike how it is, but when you're going to protect the players, you have to make that call.
1st and 10 Wolves, right hash at the Carson-Newman 43 now. Bailey will hand off Walker left side. It's a reverse to Irby. Irby has running room across the 40 and 35. Spin move for first down yardage, right sideline, and forced down at the 33 by Jaquan Smith. So Irby picks up 10 yards on the reverse and moves the chains for the Wolves. 10-0 Eagles lead it. 97 seconds left in the first half.
Well, it feels like Irby's been at Newberry for 2 decades, but he's just a junior, but he's very explosive for Newberry's offense.
1st and 10 Wolves, right hash at the Carson-Newman 33. Bailey out of the gun, takes the snap at the chest, pumps, now runs right. Bailey skittering to the right sideline and forced out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. Newberry sideline wanted the flag as Daniel Dixon Brooks ushered him out of bounds with a hip check. Gets 3 yards down to the 30, 2nd and 7.
Well, interesting they don't throw a flag there, but at the same time, Bailey, instead of just trotting out of bounds, decided to turn it up, and Dixon Brooks said, if you're going to try to turn it up, I'm going to pop you. And that's exactly what he did. And there were 2 officials right on the sideline, and they elected to keep the Hankies in the pocket.
2nd down, 7 to go. 30-yard line right hash for the Wolves in Carson-Newman territory. Bailey takes the shotgun snap, loads of time, airs it out to the right sideline. Irby lays out and grabs it complete down at the 15-yard line over the numbers right side. 15 yards through the air to Bobby Irby. Bailey now 6 of 10 through the air for 58 yards.
Well, that's tough because you have a dig route all the way across the formation.
Newberry wants to move quick, and Wolves were all out of order. Right side of the offensive line was out of the crouch before the snap came back to Bailey. You'll back this one up 15 or 5.
On the offense, number 75, 5 yards, first down.
So 1st and 15 now from the 20 for the Wolves. Hey, Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics' official online store at shopseeandeagles.com. More than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars, just in time for the holiday break. 63 seconds left in the first half, and Carson-Newman burns its first timeout. We'll step aside for a break as well. Back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
63 seconds left in the second quarter. 10-0 Eagles lead it. Wolves have it 1st and 15, right hash at the Carson-Newman 20, as the sun has poked out at Mossy Creek. Bailey out of the gun, takes the snap at the chest, throws to the right side, complete and plenty of space to Kitchings down at the 11-yard line, and he steps out of bounds without anybody within 5 yards of him. Give him 9 down to the 11. 2nd down and 6 to go.
Well, Colton Bailey, the redshirt freshman from Chapman High School in South Carolina, has been pretty confident. He's run the ball well for 25 yards, 7 for 11 through the air, does have the pick, but he's been confident in this Newberry offense.
Bailey out of the gun on 2nd and 6, right hash at the Eagle 11. Brings a man in motion. Bailey takes, throws the fade to the right side of the end zone. That is hauled in and caught. Touchdown, Newberry. The tight end, Austin Gordon, makes a play on it along the right sideline of the end zone for his 4th receiving touchdown of the season. It's complete from 11 yards out, and Newberry a PAT away from making this a field goal game with 53.6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Well, it's good play design. You bring a man in motion, you get rid of the cornerback, and then you have one-on-one against Rondro Peebles, a linebacker, and it's Simple. All Bailey's doing is just throwing it towards the back pylon and trying to find somebody in that area.
Shea Rogers on for the PAT. He's 20 for 21 on the year. Rogers strides forward, puts it up, and puts it through. So Newberry has dented the scoreboard for the first time. 10-7 ball game. Eagles still lead it. 53.6 seconds left in the second quarter, and we're back to Berktar after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear Assurance Comfort Tread tires and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
Well, on a drive that Carson-Newman had stopped, Darius Williams ejected due to targeting, and the Wolves able to go 13 plays, 86 yards, and take 3:34 off the clock. Punch it in with an Austin Gordon 11-yard touchdown catch. Eagles will return the ensuing kickoff. Ray Arterbridge from the goal line. He's across the 25 and spun down along the left hashes. Up at the 26-yard line by Logan Bailey. Let's send it down to the sidelines. Check in with Leanda Carey.
Thanks, Adam. Darius Williams took his targeting call as well as could be expected. Tried to say his piece to the official when it happened. Walked off about as cool as can be expected, shaking his head in frustration. Composed, though, a well-liked and respected member of this team. Coaches and teammates gave him some words of encouragement, saying, "Don't worry, you'll be back. We got you." Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Leanda. Well, Newberry with a chance to go 2 for 1 here. The Wolves get the football to start the second half, pending the result of this Carson-Newman possession. Eagles going quickly. A handoff on a dive left side to Johnson, and Johnson pushes the pile up to the 29-yard line. 3-yard gain. Butler with the stop. Second down, 7 to go, and Mike Turner calls for time. Eagles went with a 3-wide set, motioned a man out of the backfield, trying to open up the dive. Didn't work, and now Turner calls for time.
Yeah, it's just an interesting play call. It's not necessarily a drive starter for Carson-Newman. Certainly something that you'd potentially like to see. Nate Kraft hit from 49 last week, and I think for Carson-Newman, it's going to be critical to get something here on second down. If they don't, maybe Newberry with those 3 timeouts elects to call for time and sell out potentially for a punt block of some kind.
This is a shout-out to all the tailgaters. While we might not all agree on the best game day foods, but when you serve your meals with an ice cold Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, you know you've got yourself a winner. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. 36.2 seconds left in the second quarter. 10-7. Carson-Newman leads. Eagles scored on their first 2 possessions, but have stalled out, missed a field goal, punted the last 2 times they've touched the football. But with sustained drives both times, they've had it. 2nd and 7 Eagles, left hash at their own 29-yard line. Wimbush and Johnson, the split backs. Wimbush out of the backfield in motion. Eagles throw his way, and Evans over top of his head and incomplete. Pass was altered by a leaping Keto Jordan. Made Evans air it out a little more than potentially he would have liked to there. 3rd down and 7 to go.
It's a good play by Jordan. He read that immediately, knowing that the bubble screen was in the offing, and decided to go out there. I mean, if you're Carson-Newman, 32 seconds left. Newberry gets the ball to start the second half. You don't want to do anything too crazy, but anytime you have the players on the field that you have, you want to get it into your playmakers' hands.
10-7 Eagles lead it. 32 ticks left first half. Evans takes on 3rd and 7, straight drop, looking to throw. Now he rushes over the middle of the field. Evans has the first down. He's across the 40. Ball comes out and is picked up by Keto Jordan along the right sideline. Harrison causes the fumble. Jordan picks it up, and he's brought down along the right sideline at the 39-yard line. Evans fighting for that extra yardage, just lost it. 21.6 seconds left, and Shea Rogers and his leg. Newberry might be able to tie this up before the halftime break.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate because that broke out for a nice gain, but Evans didn't sense the pressure behind you. And that's so hard for any ball carrier. You never expect pressure from behind you, and that ball pops out. And now all of a sudden Newberry has a chance to tie or take the lead before halftime.
Carson-Newman dominated the first 25 minutes of this game, but the final 5 minutes of the second quarter has been all Newberry. Walker to the right of Bailey in the gun, trips wide receivers to the wide side left on 1st and 10. Bailey back to pass. Now he steps up over the middle of the formation, rushes, gets across the 35 between the hash and is brought down at the 34-yard line by Daniel Dixon-Brooks. A gain of 4 down to the 34. 2nd down and 6, and Todd Knight burns the first of his 3 timeouts with 15.5 seconds left.
First charge timeout.
Really interesting here. Eagles a 10-0 lead after 1, and Newberry moved the football at times in the second quarter, but had a drive stall out, got second life because of a personal foul and targeting on Darius Williams. Punched it in the end zone, and now trying to take advantage of a Carson-Newman turnover, a Newberry team that has now 8 straight weeks with a turnover forced, and 7th in the country in turnover margin.
Well, this is a critical situation in this game, and Carson-Newman's inability to add on after being up 10-0. A couple punts after that. CN's inability to get extra points has put the defense on the wrong side of the field, and now Newberry, who has methodically worked the ball. Carson-Newman's outgaining him by 30, but 5 penalties for 50 yards by the Eagles. Some untimely situations for CN. Penalties that extended drives, penalties that took away drives. Now the defense has to stand tall.
2nd and 6, trips wide receivers to the right. Bailey takes the snap, rolls the pocket right. Bailey throws on the run, back past his receiver, incomplete. Had Kitchings down at the 24. Jamarian McDonald with the pressure. It's an incompletion. 3rd down, 6 to go for the Wolves with 10.2 seconds left. So 5 seconds come off on that play, and Newberry, if it wants to, they've got 2 timeouts. As long as you don't have a play that takes an eternity, you've got a shot at the end zone here.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You got the ball at the 34-yard line. From here, it's a 51-yard field goal, so you have to try to get some yardage with 10 seconds.
3rd down, 6 to go. Bailey from the gun. Walker to his right. Takes the snap at the chest. Throws out to the right sideline. That is caught by a Carson-Newman DB, but he lands out of bounds. It's incomplete. Desmond Farrell read it perfectly. Had it in his grasp, but couldn't get the toes down. Well, that would have certainly turned the tide for Carson-Newman and erased all doubt. 4th down, 6 to go, and Shea Rogers will try to boot through his first 50-yard field goal of the year. As long as 43, 5 of 10 on kicks this season, but Todd Knight wants to talk things over some more. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, McGaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit McGahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. McGaha Electric, they are your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Yeah, tight play on the sidelines. Farrell did a good job of reading it, but the ball was thrown almost out of bounds, and that was a tough play. Carson-Newman, very interesting situation here from the defensive side. You have a 51-yard attempt coming up. Pretty good angle for Rogers and company, and the Eagles have Romaine Kelly and Braxton Westfield on the field, and I have to imagine those two can jump as high as anybody on this campus, and that includes Chuck Benson's bunch over there at men's basketball. Those two can really get up, and I think that that's what the Eagles are thinking about. Maybe try to get some kind of a block here in this situation.
Westfield had a blocked field goal in a preseason scrimmage, and the topic of conversation came up. Can't remember the guy's name. You remember Virginia Union last year had the 6'8 guy, blocked 7 kicks last year. They want to do that here. Rogers from 51 gets it off. Rogers, it has the distance, but he pushes it wide to the right. The Eagles don't get a paw on it, but they maintain the lead, headed into the halftime locker room. 10-7, Carson-Newman in front after 30 minutes. And Michael Watrang, Eagles dodge something there late to maintain the lead. Newberry does get the football to start the second half.
Yeah, you dodge a bullet in that situation, and I think both teams really at the end of the day are heading into the locker rooms thinking to themselves, man, we missed some opportunities. We missed some chances to put some points up on the board. There's been some turnovers both ways that could have led to some good opportunities there for Newberry. They had the ball at the 37-yard line. Full complement of timeouts, 30 seconds left, and couldn't get points. So that's something that they're going to regret. Carson-Newman's inability to get points after some turnovers and some of those possessions where they had to punt. But after the first 30 minutes, I think for Carson-Newman, you go into the locker room thinking, we're in a good spot. We just got to finish as an offense.
Yeah, you look at it, too, and again, this boils down to one of those games, kind of like the Pembroke game, where it was a low possession half of football. Carson-Newman, you say, hey, you're going to score on 40% of your drives. You feel pretty good about the Eagles' season average, but only 5 possessions in that first half for Carson-Newman. Not as many chances to put it in the end zone thanks to some ball control, and Carson-Newman will certainly take an 18-minute to 11-minute time, or near 12-minute time of possession edge over the Newberry Wolves. Halftime here at Berktar Stadium. Eagles have a 10-7 edge at the break. The ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report heads your way after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
At the Kate Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Kate Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Kate Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Kate Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit kateinsuranceagency.com.
Touchdown, Carson-Newman!
More great Carson-Newman memories are headed your way in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment. 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
It's halftime on the Eagles Sports Network. Highlights, a check of the ShopSeeingEagles.com scoreboard, and stats are all headed your way.
Straight ahead! Touchdown, Carson-Newman!
Now, let's head back to the field. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
All right, halftime at Berktar Stadium, where Carson-Newman has a tenuous 10-7 lead over the Newberry Wolves. Eagles scored the first 10 of the contest. Newberry counters with a touchdown late in the second quarter. And we stand at a 10-7 lead at the halftime break. Carson-Newman got the football first, moved the ball methodically down the field, a 12 or 13 play, 43-yard drive ended in Nate Kraft putting through his 5th field goal of the season from 42 yards away. On the right side of that line. Campbell will snap, Udy will hold. Snap comes back, hold is down. Kraft's kick is on the way, has plenty of length, and Kraft puts it dead. So Nate Kraft converts on his 5th field goal of the season and gives the Eagles a 3-0 lead, 8:26 to go in the first quarter. We return to the Berktar Stadium. So Nate Kraft's field goal gave Carson-Newman the early 3-0 lead. Eagles would add to it with less than 90 seconds to go in the first quarter with Sharon Jackson. Callers out a call to get Newberry to flinch. See what the Wolves are doing. Carson-Newman sends two receivers, Westfield and Kelly out to the right. Evans takes, trap, right side. A jump, and he's got 6. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. For Sharon Jackson on the play over right tackle, his second score of the season. And Carson-Newman has a 9-0 lead with 85 seconds left in the first quarter. So Sharon Jackson's score put Carson-Newman up 10-0, but it was the Newberry Wolves who would last in the second quarter. A drive extended by a targeting penalty on Darius Williams. Eagles had appeared to have stopped Newberry after 7 plays, but the targeting penalty gave the Wolves second life. And then after a 13-play, 86-yard possession, 3:34 off the clock, Colton Bailey connected with tight end Austin Gordon from 11 yards out on a fade to the right side of the end zone for his 4th passing touchdown of the season. And that gave us our margin at the halftime break, 10-7, in favor of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Plenty going on around the South Atlantic Conference today. Michael Watrang has a ShopSeeingEagles.com South Atlantic Conference scoreboard update dialed in for you when we get back after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Power in numbers is more than just a catchphrase. It's a way of building community. At your Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, we are your energy community, and the power we provide is much more than a way to keep the lights on. It's how you plug into the friends and neighbors that make up your local co-op, working together to create a different kind of power network, one that puts members first. Sure, you can go it alone, but there's power in numbers. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
AEC, powered by the people you know.
Hi, this is Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. When you come to Carson-Newman for a game, there's only one place to eat, Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's Country Kitchen has the best food for the best prices. I can tell you, after eating here for nearly 15 years, Lisa's is the most family-friendly restaurant in the Lakeway area. Stop by and tell Lisa I sent you, and go Eagles.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
A check of the ShopSeeingEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear, Assurance, Comfort Tread tires, and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
The Eagles Sports Network is a part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with the ShopSeeingEagles.com scoreboard update. Now, back to the field.
Band playing out on the field, performing here in front of a sunny day. We thought we were going to get cloudy skies, and really you look around the entire East Tennessee region, and there's nothing but big, bulky, puffy, white clouds overhead, but there's enough sun peering through that's giving this band a little something to enjoy here on this Saturday afternoon in front of a very, very, very nice crowd. They just announced the homecoming court. the King and the Queen here at Mossy Creek, and the band out there now performing here at Mossy Creek for the penultimate time during the 2019 regular season. So let's update you on how things are going on around the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. There are 3 other games that are currently going on, and it's a shootout right now in Salisbury. Mars Hill scored 35 points in the second quarter, and they have a 49-21 lead on Catawba in the fourth quarter, with the fourth quarter just starting. 441 yards of total offense for the Lions. Jimmy Urzua has 279 yards through the air and 3 scores. Elijah Jett has carried the ball 18 times for 128 yards and a touchdown for Mars Hill. Craig Rucker, who's the leading receiver in the conference, doing his thing. 5 receptions for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Former Offensive Player of the Year in the league. And you would think that he's got the inside track to that mark potentially yet again in the South Atlantic Conference as he's doing his thing. Well, I mentioned earlier in the pregame show, if you were with us during the AEC tailgate show, that Catawba had a new look quarterback. And Kalen Wade showed well at the beginning, and he has not showed well of late. 18 for 39 for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns in the game, but the running game is just non-existent for Catawba. 33 yards on the ground in the game on 17 carries. DeMonte Good, who is as solid as there is in this league, 8 carries for 18 yards. The star for Catawba right now is Gavin Rose. He's caught 8 balls for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns, a 58-yard long in that stretch. And right now, just as the fourth quarter is igniting, currently a 5-play drive for the Indians, but they need a major comeback. A 35-point second quarter for Mars Hill has the Lions ahead 49-21 in the fourth quarter. Elsewhere around the South Atlantic Conference, as you listen to the ShopSeatEagles.com halftime show, as Carson-Newman leads Newberry 10-7 at the break. There's 30 seconds left in the game. UNC Pembroke has the football, trailing at Tusculum 23-20. There's 30 ticks to go in the ball game. Pembroke just took a timeout. They are in the red zone. They have the ball at Tusculum's 17-yard line. Well, Josh Jones looks pretty impressive as well. 24 for 36 for 277 yards, a touchdown and a pick. I mean, Tusculum can't throw the ball to save their lives. Bryce Moore, 4 for 14 for 19 yards. But the great thing for Tusculum, they're running the ball. 285 rushing yards, including Jordan Shippey's 123 and Thurlow Wilkins' 106 yards. Tusculum has just taken a timeout with 30 seconds to go in the ball game. It's currently a 12-play, 75-yard drive for UNC Pembroke, and it's 4th down and 1. So we'll update you on how that game ends up shaking out before we ignite the second half. Well, the penultimate game of the evening, Lenore Ryan traveling to Limestone in a score that might pique people's interest. LR and Limestone tied 7 apiece, 9:16 to go in the first quarter, as the Saints were able to pound the ball into the end zone and tie things up. Actually, they took the opening lead. DJ Phillips completed a pass to Scott for 57 yards and a touchdown 44 seconds into the game. And they took a 7-0 lead, but Jaquay Mitchell, a 3-yard rushing score, capped a 14-play, 75-yard drive for LR. And it's currently a 7-7 ball game in the opening 6 minutes, and LR is on its heels defensively right now as Limestone is inside of LR territory at the 47-yard line. So that's what's currently going on around the league. There's one nightcap, and that's Wingate playing host to UVA Wise, one of the lone unbeatens remaining in the country, a top 15 team in the nation. Wingate taking on the Wise Cavaliers later this evening. So that's what's going on around the rest of the league. This is the ShopSeatEagles.com SAC scoreboard. A reminder, fans, ShopSeatEagles.com features more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. ShopSeatEagles.com is the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Well, interesting to see how that play ends up turning out down the road in Greenville between Tusculum and Pembroke. with 30 seconds to go, and Josh Sheridan gets bowled backwards, loses a yard on 4th and 1, and that'll do it. Tusculum will win this ball game. Pembroke has just one timeout to go, so on 4th down and a yard, Sheridan gets pushed backward by that Tusculum defense. And despite yielding 338 yards, Tusculum's defense is able to stand tall and push back the UNCP running back, Josh Sheridan. And Tusculum takes over at its own 18-yard line with 30 seconds left, and they have the ability to run out the clock. So that's what's going on around the rest of the league. When we return, I'll take a look at what's going on around Mossy Creek. SAC championships in cross-country were today. I was glancing through some of the rest of the nation in cross-country championships. Well, you couldn't ask for anything better in the South, while the Great Northwest Athletic Conference was running in snow. It was about 3 inches of snow, and they're having to run. They actually had, I think it was the Patriots back in the day. They had to bring a guy onto the field to shovel a little patch of grass for a game-winning field goal. And there's a picture on the GNAC Sports Twitter page of several individuals shoveling the snow there. But here down in the southeast, it is beautiful weather, and we'll see what happened with Carson-Newman's cross-country teams when we return. 10-7, Carson-Newman at the break here at Mossy Creek as you listen to the ShopSeenEagles.com halftime report on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Derek Evans, 79 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
You found the home of Carson-Newman football on the Eagle Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment. 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
Domino's Pizza.
Back here at Mossy Creek, where Carson-Newman has a 10-7 lead on Newberry at halftime. And it's Carson-Newman on top by 3, but it'll be Newberry getting the football to start the second half. And Carson-Newman has this lead here, and it's already been a winning day for Mossy Creek as Carson-Newman women's volleyball takes down Newberry in straight sets. A victory for the Eagles to blow by the Wolves, and Carson-Newman's able to get the win against Newberry. They've won 5 straight against the Wolves in the series, first time since the early portions of this decade in which CN was able to do that. Carson-Newman was led by Megan Oldenburger, a double-double for a second straight night, 10 kills, 13 digs. She hit 231 in the match. And Marnie Streeter had 7. Alex Beatrow a day after her birthday, 6 kills. Aaron Edwards had 7 kills as well. Taylor Rohr had 14 assists. Newberry as a team had just 18 assists in the game, and Carson-Newman back on the winning track after losing to the Anderson Trojans last night. And Carson-Newman was able to come up with a win here today to get back on the winning track. And the Eagles able to pick up the victory here today. Well, elsewhere around Mossy Creek, the soccer teams are on the road. They go to Catawba. Well, both teams control their own destiny in the South Atlantic Conference regular season. Both teams have chances to win regular season championships. The men's team just lost to Lander 1-0, and that's a tough loss for the Eagles, a team that had been the best team in the region prior to that. But they can get right back on the right track and pick up a win and stay atop the table in the SAC standings. While the Carson-Newman women's side, after beating Limestone the other day, gets a Catawba team that is really stout, a really physical, really solid team. Will get their chance here at 5:30, so just about an hour away from kickoff over in Salisbury. On the cross-country side, I teased that before the break, Rachel Strayer with a phenomenal run in the women's 6K of the SAC championship. She finished 5th on the women's side. She was the star pupil for Luke Greer's crew in the SAC cross-country championships, and that is how things shake out around Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman here at halftime on homecoming. Lead it 10-7 on Newberry as we step out for a break. Carson-Newman is on top. Second half kickoff coming up next here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The home run hitter to Dorian Miller, 70 yards.
This is Carson-Newman football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear, Assurance, Comfort Tread tires, and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
For 85 years, Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union has been the how behind the who and the what and the where of your life.
First savings account, first baby,
First home. Those are the whats, your hopes, your dreams, your life. And behind it all, Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union has been the how behind the what. Moving together through life.
Upward and forward.
Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity lender. Tennessee properties only. Some restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
All right, back at Berktar Stadium, Adam Cavalier, Michael Watrang, happy to have you alongside. Let's send it downstairs to Leanda Carey, the third member of our crew, who has Mike Turner's halftime comments. Leanda.
Thanks, Adam. Turner says he was pleased with the start of the game. He said it was good to see his Eagles getting after it, but he said they played a little flat in the second quarter. He said he's frustrated with mistakes and the fact that the Eagles could be up by 2 touchdowns at this point, but that's the reality of the situation, Turner says, is we're just not. He said in the second half, his message is simple: go out and play, have a good time, and have fun. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Leanda Carey. So Newberry gets the football to start the second half, and Carson-Newman's defense will be called upon with no Brian Bembry and with no Darius Williams. Michael Wattrang, your keys to the second half.
Number 7 has been video replay.
Well, Jason Graham relayed something that could be potentially game-changing if Darius Williams is available, but his mic cut in and out. So we will be on the lookout.
It sounded like he said over, like it was kind of a confusing. Was it confirmed or overturned?
Well, we'll know soon enough if number 7 heads out there for Carson-Newman. Kraft has it set to kick off, and he will boot it from left to right in an all-orange jersey and send it to Chance Walker at the goal line. So Walker will return this. 12th in the nation in kickoff return yards. Walker heading across the 20 and forced out of bounds at the 22-yard line by Ray Arterbridge, and that's where Newberry takes over. 1st and 10 from its own 22-yard line. DeMarcus Jones is in the game. Jaquan Smith is in the game. I do not see Darius Williams.
So that means it was confirmed. My assumption is that it was confirmed. So CN will be without its leading tackler, one of the best tacklers in the conference this year for the second half.
1st and 10, Wolves right hash at their own 22. Bailey out of the gun, takes the snap, hands off Walker to the right side. Walker picking his way forward, and he'll lose a yard. Walker -1 back to the 21. Rondro Peebles with the stop.
Well, here's what I noticed from Carson-Newman on that very first play. They're tired of this running game from Newberry. They're pulling men. They're overloading one side. Well, CN's going to load up the box, and they're going to bring pressure and force Bailey to beat him over the top.
2nd down, 11 to go for the Wolves. Right hash at their own 21-yard line. Bailey out of the gun. Walker's to his left. Trips wide receivers bunched to the wide side left. Snap back to Bailey, head height. Steps up in the pocket. Evades a man, rushes to the right. Bailey positive yardage, forced out of bounds along the right sideline, up at the 24-yard line. 3 hard-earned yards for Colton Bailey. DeMarcus Jones with the pressure out. 3rd down, 8 to go for the Wolves.
Well, there's nobody on that side of the field, and good closing speed by Peebles and DeMarcus Jones.
Bailey, 10 carries for 34 yards now. 3rd and 8 for the Wolves. 2 for 6 on 3rd down so far today.
Eagles only have 10 on the field.
Let's see what happens here. Carson-Newman hasn't noticed it. 3rd and 8. 3 down linemen for the Eagles. Bailey back to pass. Throws out right side. It's intercepted. How about that? Picked off along the left sideline in the return. Inside the 10 and 5 and forced out of bounds. Bernard Scott down at the 7. 11 on 10, man down, doesn't matter. Newberry came into this game only 2 picks on the season. 2nd fewest picks in the country. They've thrown 2 here today. Eagles have it 1st and goal from the 7. Bernard Scott, a 22-yard return down to the 7.
I mean, how about that? I mean, maybe Larry Slade has a new defensive formation out there that he's going to try to work in the rest of the year. CN only had 10 men on the field, and Bailey still couldn't take advantage. Horrendous throw to the outside, and Scott nearly took it all the way to the house.
Wow. Well, see if the Eagles can stick it in here. 10-7 lead, 13:46 to play in the 3rd quarter. Evans takes, trap to the right side for Wimbush. Wimbush lowers his shoulders between the hashes, gets down to the 4 for a 3-yard gain. 2nd and goal for the Eagles. Collapsed down by Balin English to finish it off. 2nd and goal from the 4 for Carson-Newman. 13:24 to play, 3rd quarter. 10-7, Carson-Newman the lead. Eagles trying to get points off of the Newberry turnover. 2 tight ends set, McCarve and Reese. Salisbury and Wimbush, the splitbacks behind Evans. Westfield lone man to the right. Evans takes, trap, right side Wimbush. Wimbush powering his way to the house. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Antonio Wimbush from 4 yards out has found pay dirt for the 33rd time in his career on the ground. And it's a 16-7 lead for the Eagles. 13:04 left in the 3rd quarter. As good of a start as you could ask for Carson-Newman. Not what the doctor ordered for the Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want if you're Mike Turner's crew. Come up with a pick, punch it into the end zone, take a lead. Good formula for success for CN. and now an opportunity to tack on and start this second half well.
Kraft on for the PAT. Snap is back, hold is down, and Kraft's kick is onto the roof of the KSAC. 17-7, Carson-Newman leads, 13:04 to play in the third quarter. We return to Berktar Stadium after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese.
No, 7-layer dip.
Ribs.
No contest.
Hummus. What? You need a hot grill and an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke, come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
It's Tailgate 101.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
17-7 lead for Carson-Newman. Eagles take advantage of the Bernard Scott interception. 2 plays, 7 yards, and Antonio Wimbush into the end zone for the 33rd time in his career to give the Eagles a 17-7 lead as the Wolves will take a knee for a touchback. Vashawn St. Hill with his left foot directly on the end line. That is, I think, as tight to the goal line as I've ever seen a player take a knee for a touchback. And the Wolves start off first and 10.
Foul for a legal wedge as the kick resulted in a touchback.
If Vashawn St. Hill saw that and took a knee, he's a genius.
Yeah, no way. No way he saw that, because I think there's a lot of people that don't even know what an illegal wedge is.
First and 10. Well, it's any wedge now. Can't have even a 2-man, thanks to the rule changes. First and 10, Wolves from their own 25. Dre Harris is into the game at quarterback. He takes the snap and will pitch it right side. Good head of steam for the Wolves to Jalen Sturgis Woodruff. And he picks up first down yardage up to the 36 on the pitch play from Dre Harris. Daniel Dixon Brooks with a stop, 11 yards, first and 10. Newberry wants to go quickly. Dre Harris from the gun takes the snap. Hand off Walker up the middle. Walker swallowed up and wrenched backward. Gets positive yardage over the right hashes up to the 38-yard line. But he was eaten alive by Rondro Peebles and Nick Owens. Give him 2 up to the 38, second and 8, pardon me. 12:34 to play. Third quarter, 17-7. Carson-Newman the lead on Newberry. Harris out of the gun. Brings Woodruff in motion. They fake the jet sweep action to him. And now put Woodruff stacked up with 3 other wide receivers to the short side right. Harris from the gun takes the snap at the chest, zips to the right, complete to Woodruff up at the 42-yard line, wiggles his way forward up to the 43, and gets dropped by Antonio Henderson after a gain of 5. Third down, and 3 to go for the Wolves. 11:40 to play, third quarter, 17-7. Carson-Newman has the lead. Wolves with 3rd and 2, right hash at their own 43-yard line. Harris out of the gun, takes the snap, quick slant over the middle of the field, incomplete, threw it behind Woodruff with space, and Woodruff would have had to make one plant to make Jaquan Smith miss had he been able to haul that one in. Instead, it's an incompletion, and the Wolves punt after 4 plays. I'm Cavalier Michael Watrang. Happy to have you alongside. Our spotter today, a homecoming for Will Hurt, shedding his assistant golf coaching duties from Barry as Rogers punts. Gets it off with his right leg. Gorgeous kick. Farrell will back up and fair catch it at the 6-yard line, and that's where Carson-Newman will take over. 11:17 to go in the third quarter. 17-7. Carson-Newman the lead on Newberry. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, they are laser-focused on your success. Eagles take over at their own 6 when we come back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Carson-Newman Eagle football.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment. 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
10 Eagles from their own 7-yard line with a 17-7 lead in hand. Evans takes, gives on the dive to Salisbury. Salisbury pushing across the 10 up to the 12-yard line for a, call it 5-yard gain. Second down and 5 to go after Keto Jordan makes the stop. 11:02 to play. Third quarter, 17-7 Carson-Newman with the 2-score lead thanks to the pick and short field. Bernard Scott the interception. Antonio Wimbush punches it in from 4 yards out on a 7-yard drive. And now the Eagles, their second possession of the second half. 2nd and 5, Carson-Newman from their own 12-yard line. Evans under center, split backs. Wimbush and Salisbury. Evans, delayed handoff on the midline draw to Wimbush. He's got first down yardage up to the 20 over the Hash's left side. Trey Woods with the stop after 8 yards. 1st and 10 Eagles. Antonio Wimbush, 8 carries for 29 yards now. Chasing down Tyrone Westmoreland for 5th on the all-time rushing yards list. He needs 26 more yards to catch him. 1st and 10 Eagles. Toward the left hash at their own 20. Split backs behind Evans. Evans takes, drops back to pass, throws out to the right side. Incomplete along the sideline. Too tall for Braxton Westfield up at the 31-yard line. Westfield man-to-man coverage on Balin English. Evans just airmailed it.
Yeah, just an errant throw. Unfortunate because he was wide open on the outside.
Play design was there on play action for the Eagles. Just wasn't executed. 10:08 to play, third quarter, 17-7. Carson-Newman leading on homecoming. Evans tosses to the left side for Wimbush. Wimbush jitterbugging around, and he gets a yard up to the 21 in the boundary left side before he's snowed under by Kardeem Hines. Third down, 9 to go now for the Eagles. Carson-Newman a respectable 3 for 7 on third downs against a pretty solid Newberry defense. And certainly much better than that 0 for 10 effort on third downs last year in the 23-3 loss at Newberry. Eagles looking to snap a 3-game Newberry winning streak in this series. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Left hash at their own 21. 3 wide set, 2 to the wide side right. Now Dindy in motion to the left as well. Evans, quarterback draw. Evans keeps it across the 25. He's up to the 30, spun around for first down yardage, and he races up to the 33-yard line in the boundary left side. Balin English, the first one there. Derek Evans calls his own number on the quarterback draw, picks up 12 yards and moves the sticks.
Yeah, good ball protection there. If you remember, he fumbled on the final drive of that first half, but he was able to freelance, hold on to the football, and make a good choice by getting upfield.
17-7, Carson-Newman leading Newberry. 9:05 to play. Third quarter. Evans under center, split backs behind him. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from their own 33. Evans takes speed option to the right, pitch to Dindy. Dindy looking for a seam, has a glimmer of daylight, gets across the 35 up to the 38-yard line on the boundary right side. A 5-yard gain before Trey Woods grabs him from behind and wrenches him to the turf. 2nd and 5. 8:40 to play, third quarter, 17-7, Carson-Newman leading.
This could absolutely be one of those drives that Carson-Newman has made so much money on over the years. See if they're able to extend this and put points on the board.
Got to have 6, though. A field goal still keeps it a 2-possession game. 2nd and 5, Eagles, right hash at their own 38-yard line. Evans fakes the dive, wants the quick slant, had it to Braxton Westfield, had it in his hands at the 45, and he just drops it. Well, that was there. Eagles had it. It was dialed up. But Braxton Westfield, who has been so sure-handed this year, the sophomore transfer out of James Madison, just lets one fall to the turf there.
Yeah, had to turn his body around to try to haul it in, and I think maybe just was a little discombobulated trying to get the ball up the field as well. That could have been a big play for CN, but Westfield with a rare drop.
8:17 to go, third quarter, 17-7 Eagles lead. 3rd and 5, right hash at their own 38. Evans back to pass, straight 5-step drop, now races out to the right, makes one man miss in the backfield, a stiff arm. Evans wiggling forward, he's across the 40, up to the 41-yard line over the numbers right side. Gambrell with the stop and keeps him shy of the sticks by about 2 yards. Evans made some magic happen with his legs for 3 yards, but not enough to move the chains, and the Eagles will have to punt after 8 plays.
Yeah, missed opportunity for CN, unfortunately, there to extend this drive out, but at the very least, you're able to flip field positions here for CN. Not a bad effort overall by the offense to get a couple first downs.
So Nate Kraft will punt it away to Brantley Allen. Snap comes back to Kraft, gets his right leg into it. Gorgeous spiraling kick. Allen signals for fair catch and hauls it in at the 10. And Nate Kraft flips fields with a 49-yard boot, pins Newberry inside its own 10-yard line. So the Wolves take over. Not great field position, down 17-7. With 7:26 to play in the third quarter. 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment would like to thank Carson-Newman for its support. As a partner with Carson-Newman, the 278th ACR provides you with the opportunity to attain your educational goals. Come ride with the Tennessee Cavalry. Text 278-ACR to 70000. Harris out of the pistol, takes the snap, hands off. No, Harris keeps it, throws a pass out to the right side. It is caught at the 10. And Bobby Irby immediately takes a knee as soon as he catches it. Desmond Farrell more or less blocked into the play and makes the tackle.
Yeah, that's a play that very few teams, if any, run, but it's in a lot of playbooks. You basically run an option to where you get the quarterback near the line of scrimmage, and then he throws it out wide, almost as a lateral, to try to get a receiver in space.
2nd and 10, Wolves right hash at their own 10. Harris out of the gun, brings Kitchings in motion. Snap back. Play fake, throw over the middle of the field, complete to Bobby Irby at the 20. Irby spun down between the hashes, up at the 23-yard line by Jaquan Smith, 13 yards, and the Wolves move the sticks. Dre Harris, such zip on his passes, comes out of there like a cannon.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do is try to get him to throw the ball as soon as he does the play fake, rather than have him hold on to it.
6:30 to play, third quarter, 17-7, Carson-Newman leading. Harris out of the gun. Takes the snap, head height, hands off Walker left side. Walker with a glimmer of daylight across the 25 up to the 30 over the left hashes. And spun down by Rondro Peebles and Daniel Dixon Brooks at the 30-yard line. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Daniel Dixon Brooks stretching out his left leg, or right leg, pardon me, having some cramping issues here on an unseasonably warm late October day. Very pleasant day, temperatures lower 70s, gray skies. A few splotches of sunlight have found their way through the upper atmosphere, but right now the field clouded and a nice purple hue to the sky on this fall day, with the trees beyond the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex aligned with Mossy Creek. They are just starting to turn those hues of gold and yellow, some oranges, some reds in there as well. Very picturesque day, and a full crowd on homecoming. So far, a happy homecoming for the Eagles with a 17-7 lead on Newberry. 6:08 to play in the third quarter. 17-7 lead in hand of Michael Watring because Carson-Newman took advantage of a Newberry turnover in a short field.
Yeah, and let's all remember, Eagles only had 10 men on the field on that play. So Newberry had the advantage on third down, and Colton Bailey threw a pick, and I'm not sure there's a coincidence. This is a coincidence that Harris is in the game. I think the fact that Newberry saw there's 10 men on the field and Bailey still couldn't get the job done, they needed a little change of pace.
Harris out of the gun with Walker in motion out to the wide side right. Empty set. Walker will fake a pitch to, Harris will fake a pitch to Walker and then take a dive in the backfield. Antonio Henderson diagnosed it well and stops it for a loss back to the 26-yard line. -4 on the play, 3rd down and 7 to go.
And that's a miss for Newberry. If Harris pitches that ball to Walker, there was an edge set up on the left side, like a punt return, and a wall where Walker could have been running into the secondary and could have had the biggest play of the game for Newberry. So far, it has been a big play gain of 15 yards.
Walker to the right of Harris in the gun, trips wide receivers to the wide side right, 3rd and 7 for the Wolves. Toward the left hash at their own 26. Harris claps, takes the snap at the chest. Harris running out to the right, sprinting. Harris with wheels, motors out of bounds right at the line to gain, up at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7 and should be enough to move the chains. Alonzo Houston, the man with pressure to force him out, but Dre Harris with the wheels to leg out the first down.
Oh, he had a wide-open receiver in Kitchings, just didn't throw it, decided to run.
1st and 10, Wolves right hash at their own 33. Harris from the gun takes, design draw. He sprints up the middle. Harris, good positive gain across the 35 up to the 37-yard line before he's wrenched down by Alonzo Houston. 4 yards for Dre Harris, 2nd and 6.
Well, this is Todd Knight knowing Carson-Newman and knowing that the Eagles for years have struggled against mobile quarterbacks. But so far, Carson-Newman's done a fairly good job against Harris.
Newberry, long rush on the day, 11 yards. That was Bryson Woodruff on a reverse. 2nd and 6. Harris will throw over the middle of the field, complete to Kitchings. And Kitchings tripped up in Carson-Newman territory down at the 47-yard line over the hash's right side. Jaquan Smith with the stop, but Kitchings picks up, call it 16 through the air, and the Wolves in business in Eagle territory, 1st and 10 at the 47.
Well, don't look now, but Newberry's on to something here in the offensive game.
4 wide set, 2 each way. 1st and 10, Wolves right hash at the Eagle 47. Harris out of the gun with Walker to his right. Claps, takes the snap, head height. Harris stands in, throws right side. That is complete to Tyleek Johnson down at the 42-yard line along the left sideline. Jaquan Smith wraps him up immediately. 5 yards through the air to Johnson. 2nd and 5 for the Wolves.
Well, in essence, what Newberry's doing is taking a play out of the playbook of the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson. It's a lot of quick hitters in the run-pass option game, and then a lot of runs by Dre Harris.
17-7 Eagles leading, 3:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Harris, 2nd and 5, left hash at the Carson-Newman 42. A pitch to Catrez Cook right side. Cook belted down at the kneecaps. Antonio Henderson with a form tackle brings him down in space over the boundary right side, down at the 40. And Cook, he's still on the ground. Antonio Henderson had him and blasted him low. Gain of 2.
Yeah, right around that right knee, and all it was a speed option. And Harris was just waiting for Wyclef Fenor to come into his face, and as soon as that happened, he pitched it out wide with 2 hands to be able to get some space for Cook, and Cook got waylaid right at that right knee. It went high into the air, topsy-turvy, and then kind of got rolled up on by Rondro Peebles as well. So he's still down on the field. Certainly a tough break for Newberry to thwart this momentum here for the time being. They have 3rd and short, but boy, they had Carson-Newman on its heels on a 9-play drive so far.
Started back at the Wolves' zone 10-yard line. They've converted on 1 3rd down already on the possession. Trailing 17-7 to the Eagles on Carson-Newman's homecoming with 3:05 to play in the 3rd quarter. As the Wolves' sports medicine staff continues to work on Catrez Cook, we'll step aside for a break. Back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Favorite thing about my street?
It's quiet.
Safe. The people.
We rely on each other.
And we rely on our Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
The co-op isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information, efficiency,
safety,
technology.
That's why whenever I have a question about energy,
I always call my Touchstone Energy Cooperative first.
Because in my community,
I am the co-op. And the co-op
is me.
AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
Well, on 3rd and 2, Dre Harris airmails a pass to the right sideline to Kitchings. 4th and 2 for the Wolves from the Carson-Newman 40 and the offense, and Dre Harris still on the field. Shotgun look, Walker to his right, 2:43 to play in the third. Eagles up 17-7. Harris calls for the shotgun snap, takes it, hands off up the middle to Walker, and he's got the first down. Runs over the right hashes down to the 34-yard line, and Newberry caught Carson-Newman off guard. And Christian Jones is the one that stops Walker. Wolves move the sticks.
And they have some tempo rolling offensively as well, already at the line of scrimmage.
Harris from the gun on 1st and 10. Takes the snap, play fake, throws over the middle of the field, complete to Bobby Irby in space across the 25, and he picks up the first down to the 20-yard line. 14 yards down to the 20, and upended by Jaquan Smith. 1st and 10, Wolves moving the sticks. 2:10 to play in the third. 17-7, Carson-Newman leading, but a beefy drive by Dre Harris and the Newberry Wolves.
Well, it's what every quarterback is taught. Throw the ball into the blitz. Eagles bring pressure. Irby wide open.
1st and 10, Wolves toward the right hash at the Eagle 20. Harris takes, handoff left side for Walker. Walker squeaks inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Montel Presley with the stop, a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Newberry drive that's taking some time of possession too. Started with 7:26 to go in the third. Now 95 seconds left in the third, and the Eagles with a touchdown and field goal lead.
It's a great drive by Newberry, and Dre Harris has provided a dimension that CN hasn't had an answer for.
He's 6 for 8 through the air for 51 yards. 2nd down, 6 to go for the Wolves from the 17. Harris takes, gives to Walker left side. Walker squirts through a hole and gets down to the 14-yard line. Another gain of 3. 3rd down and 3 to go for Newberry offense. 3 for 10 on 3rd downs. Newberry had converted on 30% of 3rd downs or worse for 4 straight weeks prior to the Catawba game when they were 6 of 10 en route to 432 yards rushing and more than 500 yards of total offense in a 44-21 win. 3rd and 3 for the Wolves. Harris out of the gun, takes the snap, play fake. Harris read well, sprints out to the left, freelancing. Harris settles, unloads for the back of the end zone, and that is caught but out of bounds, incomplete. Tyleek Johnson had a beat on it, back left corner of the end zone, but Harris just led him too far. But a great play by the sophomore out of Greenville, South Carolina, just to keep it alive and even have a shot there.
Well, Newberry's 3 drives prior to this one combined for 23 yards. Obviously, the asterisk on the drive that started with 30 seconds to go before halftime, but this was a lengthy 76-yard drive, and the fact that they're only getting a field goal attempt out of it can be seen as a win for CN because they can get back to the sideline and make some adjustments.
Shea Rogers will try from 32 yards. Has it toward the left hash. His snap is back, hold is down. Rogers' kick is on the way, and Rogers' kick is just inside the left upright. Pure from 32. 17-10, Eagles lead it by a touchdown with 29.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Carson-Newman gets the football back when we return after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear, Assurance, Comfort Tread tires, and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
AM 620 WRJZ Knoxville.
Jonas Lundberg has it teed up from the right hash, and he will boot away to Devon Moore and Ray Arterbridge. Arterbridge will field this one at the 1-yard line along the left sideline. Angles right over the hashes. Arterbridge makes a man miss. He's across the 30 and 35. Arterbridge caught from behind as he crosses the 40 and dragged down over the left hashes up at the 48-yard line. 47-yard return for Ray Arterbridge. Morgan with the stop. Eagles with great field position. Let's send it down to the sidelines. Check in with Leanda.
Thanks, Adam. Don't count out Newberry running back Catrez Cook for a return. He's been, after a scary shakeup on the field, he's been running on the sideline longer and longer distances, working with the trainers. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back, as he does not have a noticeable limp at this point. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Leanda. 1st and 10 Eagles toward the left hash at their own 48-yard line. Wimbush and Johnson split backs. Evans takes, option keeper left side. Derek Evans plowing his way forward. And the boundary left side down to the Newberry 45. Terrell Owens with a stop. 7 yards on the rush for Derek Evans. 11 carries for 77 yards now for him. 2nd and 3.
I'll take us to the 4th quarter. Eagles done a nice job. They've had the lead throughout the day, but they could use a good scoring drive here and put up 7.
17-10. Carson-Newman has the lead after 45 minutes. 15 minutes to go for the Eagles homecoming. See if they can hold on against the Wolves when we get back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owners insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us and all the generations who will.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Evans takes on 2nd and 3 and gives on a dive to Antonio Wimbush left of center, and Wimbush pushes his way down to the Newberry 42. He gets the 3 yards needed before Josh Edwards wraps him up and should have enough for the first down to move the chains. Not moved the sticks just yet, and now they do. First down, Carson-Newman. Start of the 4th quarter, 17-10, Carson-Newman leading. A Wimbush 4-yard touchdown run, Rogers 31-yard field goal for Newberry. The scores here in the second half after the Eagles were up 10-7 at the halftime break. 1st and 10 Eagles left hash at the Newberry 42. Wimbush and Johnson split backs. Reese Titan in motion to the right, and Derek Evans with the play clock racing towards 0 burns the first of Carson-Newman's 3 timeouts.
Timeout. Carson-Newman, first charge timeout.
And Mike Turner potentially a little frustrated with the officials and where the play clock was. Really didn't feel like there was a ton of time between plays there for the play clock to go all the way to 0. 14:24 to play, 4th quarter, 17-10, Carson-Newman the lead. Eagles have led wire to wire. They're looking to keep hope alive for an NCAA playoff berth, and certainly one result that has broken Carson-Newman's way. Bowie State out of the CIAA thumps Virginia Union 52-17. That gives VUU 2 Division II losses, putting them on level footing with the Eagles. West Florida has a 38-14 lead on Florida Tech. That's not necessarily good or bad, but here's one that's really interesting. Midway through the 2nd quarter, North Greenville 9, Valdosta State nothing. Nation's #1 team down by 9 on the road. Well, that could really shake things up if that goes, or if that result continues to hold. First and 10 Eagles from the Newberry 42-yard line. Left hash for Carson-Newman. Evans takes, fakes the dive, option keeper left side, and Evans fighting forward for just a yard in the boundary left side down to the 41-yard line. Hines the first man there. Second down, 9 to go. Newberry read the option well. Another interesting game. 5:05 to play in the second quarter. Limestone 17, Lenore 7. Been a wild week so far. Granted, those two aren't final, but I don't think anybody had LR and Valdosta losing to Limestone and North Greenville. It is October 26th, the day for chaos. Carson-Newman certainly hopes not. Eagles are up 17-10, at least here at home. Evans takes. Pitch to the right side for Wimbush. Wimbush has the edge. He's across the 35 and heads to the right sideline where he's forced down by Kelly down at the 33-yard line. Antonio Wimbush picks up 8. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. Wimbush up to 41 yards on the day. He's 14 away from catching Tyrone Westmoreland and moving into the top 5 on the all-time rushing yards list.
Well, it hasn't been a day for big plays for either side, at least in terms of offensive plays. Eagles' longest gain is 15 yards by Salisbury. That came back in the first quarter. Longest play for Newberry, 15 yards as well. 3rd and 1, Eagles go to a trap to the right side for Sharon Jackson. He's got the first down a little bit more across the 30 down to the right side, down to the 28-yard line. Balin English wraps him up at the waist, 5 yards down to the 28 to move the sticks. 12:58 to play, fourth quarter, 17-10, Carson-Newman leading. Eagles with the football, moving from right to left. All orange jerseys here on homecoming. 2 wide receivers, Kelly and Waters split to the wide side left. Westfield short side right. Evans takes, gives trap or dive right side Johnson. Johnson breaking free along the right sideline. Johnson wheeling away. He houses it. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Toot Johnson into the end zone from 28 yards out. His first rushing touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are up 2 scores with 12:28 to go in the fourth quarter. 23-10, Eagles leading. Well, I just mentioned no big plays in this game, but boom, Toot Johnson got to the outside, and Braxton Westfield made the block that sprung him, and Toot had the gas to get to the end zone, and CN up by 2 scores.
Kraft on for the point after attempt. Snap is back, hold is down. Kraft's kick is dead center through the uprights. 24-10. Carson-Newman extends the lead with 12:28 to go in the fourth quarter. We return to Berktar Stadium after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment. 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
Toot Johnson with a buttery smooth 28-yard touchdown run to give the Eagles a 24-10 lead with 12:28 to go in the fourth quarter. And Kraft on to kick away to Chance Walker and Vashon St. Hill, and Kraft sticks it past the first E in Eagles on the left side of the end zone. Kraft with yet another touchback. Newberry takes over first and 10 from its own 25-yard line, trailing 24-10. 12:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Carson-Newman looking to put a halt to a 3-game losing streak to Newberry, and they've been doing it without the big play. Carson-Newman has lost the last 4 games it's played in which it hasn't tallied a rush of at least 50 yards. Carson-Newman, long play of the day, a 28-yard Toot Johnson touchdown rush. Dre Harris still in the game at quarterback, 1st and 10 for the Wolves, middle of the field at their own 25-yard line. Harris out of the gun, takes the snap, steps up, looking to run. He'll jet over the right side across the 30, and he hustles out of bounds near first down yardage at the 34-yard line. Jamarian McDonald forces him out a yard shy of the marker. 9 yards. Harris, 4 carries for 17 yards now. 2nd down, a yard to go for Newberry. Right hash at their own 34. Harris from the gun. Looks to the left sideline for an audible after the hard count. Moved Carson-Newman a little bit. 2nd and 1. Harris takes the shotgun snap at the chest. Pumps, steps up. He's hit in the backfield. Swallowed up. Harris sacked back at the 30-yard line. Wyclef Fenor and Alonzo Houston, as well as Antonio Henderson, all into the backfield. Fenor the first one there. He's had a great game. A loss of 4 back to the 30. 3rd down and 5 to go with 11:34 to play in the 4th quarter. Eagles up 24-10 on homecoming.
Well, here's the difficulty, and we see it with Carson-Newman all the time. If you're a running team and a team that wants to use your athleticism, down by 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, very challenging to bust any kind of trends.
3rd down, 5 to go. Wolves middle of the field at their own 30-yard line. Harris out of the gun, brings Irby in motion. Takes the snap, hands off Walker up the middle, makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. Walker off to the races toward the right sideline. He's across midfield and slung down into Newberry territory by Jaquan Smith inside the 40, down at the 38-yard line. Well, the Wolves hadn't had a play longer than 20 yards, but here's Walker rattling off a 32-yard tally to flip field position and get into Eagle territory at the Carson-Newman 38.
Well, it's a great cutback and good blocking by the center Blackman and the left guard Tate to clear the way for a big run.
1st and 10 Wolves, right hash at the Carson-Newman 38. Harris throws a screen, left side, complete to Woodruff. Woodruff, a shifty move, makes a man miss in the backfield. He's across the 30 and picks up the 1st down, running numbers left side, down to the Carson-Newman 28. Smith and Jones wrench him down, but not before Woodruff gains 10 to move the chains. 10:45 to play 4th quarter, 24-10. Eagles lead it. Newberry on the move, though. Harris from the gun. Takes the snap. Play fake. Harris, zone read option keeper left side, and he's wrenched down inside the 25, down at the 24 in the boundary left side by Rondro Peebles. Gain of 4. 2nd down, and call it 7 to go. Spot was originally the 27, so officially a gain of 3. Rondro Peebles having today 8 tackles for him with a tackle for loss to lead the Eagles. 2nd and 7 Wolves, left hash at the Carson-Newman 24. Harris from the gun. Takes the snap, play fake, back to pass. Harris dancing around, sprints out to the right, calling for his receivers to return to the football. And he tosses out to the right sideline, incomplete to Bobby Irby. Desmond Farrell was blanketing him. And it's 3rd down and 7 to go. Desmond Farrell, an interception last week against LR. That gives him a pick against every opponent in the South Atlantic Conference. LR was the one team that he was missing. He's got his 2nd career pick against Newberry today, 16 overall for his career.
Harris wanted a wheel route to his left-hand side. DeMarcus Jones did a good job of sticking to that and now makes this 3rd and long. And this has to be 4-down territory for Newberry, down by 2 TDs.
3rd and 7 left hash at the Carson-Newman 24. Harris all by his lonesome in the gun. Takes the snap, blitz comes up the middle, throws complete on a screen right side Woodruff. Woodruff has good yardage across the 15, and he gets walloped by Des Farrell down at the 15-yard line. Moves the chains, though, but Woodruff pays for it after picking up 9.
Well, that was perfectly timed in terms of the blocking by Newberry. Looked like Dixon Brooks is going to be able to make a play right around the line of scrimmage, but boom, 3 offensive linemen came out there, stuck him, and a big gain.
Harris, speed option left, a pitch to Walker, running the alleyway, though. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide from Daniel Dixon Brooks, and a flag on the play. Back at the 10-yard, or up at the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 1, should it stand.
Certainly looks like the flag. They have it at the 10. I mean, it would have to be on Newberry in that situation if you stick the flag at the 10.
We'll wait Jason Graham for the call. Conferring with his fellow officials.
There is no foul for block below the waist on the offense, for the block was in 5 yards.
And proper adjudication of that rule. And makes it a lot easier to just say, yeah, loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for the Wolves from the Carson-Newman 16, trailing 24-10 with 9:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Walker to the right of Harris in the gun. 2 wide receivers each way. Johnson and Irby split to the wide side right. Harris brings a man in motion, Woodruff into the backfield. Play fake, now reverse to Irby. Irby is swallowed up. Read very well by Wyclef Fenor, and he loses yards back to the 22. -6 on the play. Newberry stuck in reverse. It's 3rd down and 17 to go. Still likely 4-down territory, though.
Well, that's one of my favorite plays that a team can run. You run the option to one way. You try to get that reverse. Walker missed a block, and Fenor was able to get the big play.
3rd down, 17 for the Wolves left hash at the Carson-Newman 22. 8:36 to play, fourth quarter, 24-10. Carson-Newman leading. Harris from the gun. Walker to his right, 2 wide receivers each way. Harris takes the shotgun snap at the chest. Stands in, pressured, steps up, sprints out to the right. Dumps out to the right side of the end zone and incomplete. Over top of Tyleek Johnson, who broke off his route. Jamarian McDonald recovered and made it difficult. Incomplete pass, and Newberry brings Shea Rogers out here. Interesting decision with 8:15 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Wolves trailing by 14.
Well, here's the thing. You almost have to take the points. But the problem is you make this as an 11-point game, so now not only do you have to get another field goal, you have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to be able to tie this game. Not a lot of time left either.
Snap comes back. The hold is down. Rogers' kick is on the way, and Rogers splits the uprights from 39 yards away. So Shea Rogers has converted twice on field goals here in the second half to make it a 24-13 lead for the Eagles. 8:10 to play in the fourth quarter. And Michael Watching, again, Newberry moves the football, but the Eagles do a fantastic job stiffening when it matters most.
Yeah, and you put a team in that kind of situation, Newberry almost had to make the decision to put points on the board. It's going to be too challenging to try to do anything else. So CN ahead by 11, 8:10 to go. One sustained drive away from ending this game.
Quick look around the ShopCNEagles.com sack scoreboard. Second quarter, 89 seconds left. Limestone still leading Lenoir-Rhyne 17-14. LR with more everything than the Saints, but Limestone with timely scores to have the lead there. And the other big one that is looking like an upset, North Greenville has the ball with 7 seconds left in the second quarter, and they just took a knee. North Greenville, a 9-0 lead on Valdosta State heading into the halftime locker room. Those are two just shocking scores.
Yeah, 100% shocking, but as we've seen with Carson-Newman this year, second half could get away from a team. It's very challenging to play a full 60 minutes against a team that might, and is in this case, more talented than you are. But here's the thing for Carson-Newman. You love seeing these scores on the other side, but you got to take care of business. And honestly, for CN, this is the kind of game where you can get some style points, too, against the Newberry team that might be able to show well down the stretch. You put a touchdown on the board here, you walk out of the field, 31-13 win. I think that bodes well for your playoff chances with blowout wins against the teams that you're supposed to beat. And, of course, the win against West Florida in your back pocket.
West Florida up on Florida Tech. Argos have really found their groove, up 38-14 on the Panthers with 3:41 to play in the fourth quarter. Rogers, a squib kick. Devon Moore will field it at the 6 over the left hashes. Moore with that sprinter's speed. He's across the 30 and 35. Spins around and gets all the way out to the 40-yard line between the hashes. Fountain saves the touchdown. And Carson-Newman's kickoff return game. Difference maker here late. You had Arterbridge with a 48-yard return. Now Devon Moore brings one out 34 yards. Newberry showing why it's second to last in the country in kickoff return defense. Eagles with good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 40.
Yeah, think about Carson-Newman's scoring plays in this game. 43 yards, 57 yards, 7 yards, and 52 yards have been their scoring drives in this game. Short fields for CN throughout the day.
8:03 to play fourth quarter, 24-13, Eagles lead it. Evans takes, gives on the dive to Wimbush left of center, and Wimbush pushes the pile up to the 42-yard line before he's brought to a halt by Carlisle Timmons after the gain of 2 up to the 42, 2nd and 8.
Well, tough sledding for Wimbo today. 12 carries, 43 yards, does have a touchdown in the game.
12 yards away from cracking the top 5 in career rushing yards at Carson-Newman. See if the Eagles go to him again. Evans takes, trap to the left side, Salisbury. Salisbury into the second level. He's across midfield, has the first down, and shoved out of bounds by Balin English in Newberry territory down at the 47-yard line. 15 yards, and the Eagles move the chains.
Well, Dimitri Salisbury was an afterthought, Carson-Newman's offense not too long ago. But, boy, has he been really steady and stout for CN the last several weeks. Another quality game from him here today, 38 yards, and he's done a good job blocking as well.
7:18 to go, fourth quarter, 24-13, Eagles leading. 1st and 10, Carson-Newman, left hash at the Newberry 47-yard line. Wimbush, Salisbury, the splitbacks, all Camden County backfield. Evans back to pass, throws, incomplete. Short and in front of Romaine Kelly, down at the 40-yard line over the numbers left side. Balin English with the coverage, and that would have been a bang-bang play had Kelly managed to haul it in. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles from the Newberry 47.
Yeah, it would have been challenging to link up there. And honestly, Kelly probably protecting himself by dropping that ball, because if he tries to grab it, he puts himself in a tough position. English could have really laid the wood on him.
2nd and 10, Eagles, left hash at the Newberry 47. 3 wide set. With Waters in motion to the wide side right. Evans takes, speed option to the right, pitches to Wimbush. Wimbush has the edge. He's across the 45, spins around over the numbers right side, down to the 41-yard line. Balin English running the alley to spin him down. 3rd down and 4 to go after the 6-yard tote by Antonio Wimbush. Eagles have milked 3 minutes off the clock on this drive already, leading 24-13 with 6:42 to play in the fourth quarter.
They're just methodically moving the ball down the field, and I mean, Newberry has to get a stop here. It's going to be really difficult if Carson-Newman can wipe away another 2 minutes or so and have Newberry try to find a way to get back in this game.
3rd down, 3 to go for the Eagles. Right hash from the Newberry 41. Evans with split backs takes. Straight drop. Evans looking to throw. Throws out to the left sideline. Incomplete and over top of everybody. Evans just got rid of it. Corey Waters was the first guy there. Harrison breaking off into coverage. 4th down, 3 to go, and Carson-Newman will have to call upon its punt unit, presumably, but the offense still on the field. And now here comes the special teams unit.
Well, Evans made a senior play right there. Nothing's open. Don't take a sack. Don't take an unneeded hit. Just chuck it up into the first row, see if anybody's paying attention up there, and get rid of the football. And Nate Kraft, who's been good on his punting duties so far today, Kraft averaging 42 yards per kick.
Only has 2 seconds to get it off. Low snap. Kraft scoops it up, and Kraft will wallop this one. It's spiraling. It kicks at the 3 and takes a nice side spin bounce that hugs the goal line but does cross. And a 41-yard punt nets only 21 yards. Newberry takes over. 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line. 6:08 to play in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles leading 24-13.
Well, here's the deal for Newberry. All 3 timeouts still at your disposal. 6:08 to go, an 11-point game. You don't have to get a touchdown here, but you definitely have to get points, and you probably have to do it in less than 2 minutes to keep your defense an option and not an onside kick.
Harris is in the gun with Walker to his right. 3 wide set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Harris claps. Now claps harder. Snap comes high. Rides the zone read to the left side. Hands off Walker. And Walker surges forward over the boundary left side, up over the sack logo to the 26-yard line for a 6-yard gain. 2nd down, 4 to go as he ran into Rondro Peebles and Wyclef Fenor.
Well, Harris actually got the lead block out there, too, after handing the ball off. And how about Chance Walker, the reigning National Player of the Week, up over 90 yards.
On 19 carries now. 2nd and 4 for the Wolves. Snap comes back to Harris. It's high. Play fake. Throws it out along the right sideline. Jump ball. Carson-Newman's DB goes up, hauls it in. Did he get it in bounds? Yes! Desmond Farrell, career pick number 17, seals it off along the left sideline at the 48-yard line and comes down with a bow. Desmond Farrell. Multi-picks for the second time in his career as he seizes the Dre Harris pass in front of the intended target, Deshaun Kitchings. 1st and 10 Eagles from their own 48.
What a great job by Des Farrell in coverage to track back to that ball and make a great play to pick it off.
1st and 10 Eagles, right hash at their own 48. Evans takes, gives on the dive, right of center for Salisbury, and Salisbury pulverizes his way into Newberry territory, down to the 46-yard line in the boundary right side. Chestnut with the stop. A gain of 6 for Stake, and it's 2nd and 4. 5:12 to play fourth quarter, 24-13, Eagles leading. This is a Newberry team that came in just with 2 interceptions thrown on the year. They've given it away 3 times. Haven't lost the turnover battle in any game this season, but the Eagles are +2 on takeaways today. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. Right hash at the Newberry 46-yard line. Evans takes, trap right side, Troy Dindy. Dindy wiggling his way, had a slimmer of daylight and took it for a yard down to the 45 before Braxton Butler filled the hole. Just a yard for Dindy. 3rd down and a lengthy 3 to go for the Eagles. They need the 42. 4:30 to play in the fourth quarter, and Carson-Newman leading 24-13. Nothing else, the time lost by Newberry by throwing away the pick. Just as bad as turning it over itself. 3rd and 3 for the Eagles from the Newberry 45. Trap to the right side, Wimbush. Wimbush breaks across the line of scrimmage, surges past the first down marker. He's across the 40 and down at the 36-yard line. Balin English stops him and saves the touchdown. 9 yards for Antonio Wimbush. And he is a yard away from catching Tyrone Westmoreland for 5th on the all-time rushing yards list. 1st and 10 Eagles from the Newberry 36. 3:57 to go, fourth quarter. 24-13, Carson-Newman leading. Kelly out to the short side right, Westfield wide side left. Evans on 1st and 10 takes, tosses it. Left side for Toot Johnson. Johnson, not much running room for him over the hashes left side. He's down to the 34 before Anthony Blue knocks him down. 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Clock continues to run. 3:30 to play in this one. Eagles up 24-13. Newberry still with all of its timeouts, but Todd Knight closing in on the position where he'll have to start burning them.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to start thinking about it. That interception just changes everything about this football game for Newberry.
2nd down and 8 to go for the Eagles. Left hash at the Newberry 34. Evans takes the snap, fakes the dive. Late pitch for Sharon Jackson. Jackson looking for an edge, wiggles through a sliver of it, and gets down to the 33-yard line. Balin English and Krishawn Jackson halt his progress after just a yard. Newberry bottles up the option well there. 3rd down and 7 to go. 2:45 to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles leading by 11, 24-13. Eagles have taken 3 minutes off the clock on this drive, set up by the Desmond Farrell interception. And they'll be able to snap this play with 2:15 on the clock. 3rd and 7 for Carson-Newman. 4 down territory here, Michael Watrang?
You know, I think you have to get probably 5 yards to start to consider that.
3rd and 7, Evans takes. Speed option to the left. Evans keeps it. He's across the 30, inching his way forward down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 4 for Derek Evans. 4th down and a couple to go with 2:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Chestnut the first man there. All right, Michael Watrang, what do you do?
Yeah, I think you do go for it here in this situation.
Newberry still has not taken a timeout, and Carson-Newman will be able to snap this with 90 seconds left. 4th down and 2 to go for the Eagles. Left hash at the Newberry 29. Evans takes, fakes the dive, keeps it left side. Evans spinning around, escapes one man. He won't escape the second. Anthony Blue finishes off the play for a loss of 2 back to the 31-yard line. And the Eagles turn it over on downs with 90 seconds left, leading 24-13.
Well, not sure that's the play that Turner would have really liked to draw up there, but you put it in your playmaker's hands, Derek Evans, to try to get him to the outside, and unfortunately for CN, that doesn't work. Well, Newberry still has a great opportunity because they kept those 3 timeouts in their back pocket, but up against the clock.
90 seconds left. Wolves need to score twice, down 24-13, with 1:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Dre Harris out of the gun against a 3-man front. Eagles showing blitz. They rush 5. Harris steps up, looking to the right, throws high and incomplete. Intended for Deshaun Kitchings. Had it in his hands at the 40, out in the flat along the right side. DeMarcus Jones had pressure on him, though. Might have heard footsteps to cause the drop. Second down, 10 to go for the Wolves from their own 31.
Well, Carson-Newman's forced 3 turnovers in this game, but have just 7 points off of those giveaways. So some real missed opportunities for CN.
Yeah, this could easily be a 3-score game and ball game over. Harris back to pass on 2nd and 10, dumps over the middle of the field, complete to Woodruff over the left hashes. He's across the 40 for the first down, up to the 44. Dixon Brooks with the stop after a 13-yard gain. 1st and 10 Wolves, still 3 timeouts left, 78 seconds left. Eagles leading 24-13. Newberry trying to hustle. Harris out of the gun, takes the snap, drops back to pass, sprints out to the left. Eagles show pressure, throws, left side, complete at midfield. And Woodruff goes out of bounds, unimpeded at the 50. Gains 6, 2nd and 4. Woodruff shook himself up there as he landed out of bounds. 65 seconds left. Eagles leading 24-13. Harris out of the gun. Walker to his left. Harris on 2nd and 4. Throws quickly. Kitchings right side. Kitchings makes a man miss at the 45. Kitchings has running room across the right sideline. Inside the 35. And out of bounds, forced by Desmond Farrell down at the 31-yard line. 19 yards through the air to Kitchings. And the Wolves move the sticks. 57.9 seconds left. Trailing 24-13. Trips wide receivers, wide side left. Kitchings lone man, short side right. Harris out of the gun again. 1st and 10, Wolves right hash at the Carson-Newman 31, trailing by 11 with 57.9 ticks left. Harris calls for the snap, takes it at the waist, play fake. He throws, incomplete, nearly stuck it right into Trezell Giardini-Weish's breadbasket. And that would have been ball game over, but Giardini-Weish can only pick up the pass breakup instead of the pick. 2nd and 10 Wolves from the 31. Diagnosed the slant perfectly.
Yeah, great job. He knew he wasn't getting to the quarterback. So his duty in that situation was just to leap into the air, and did a great job of doing so and impeding the pass.
2nd down, 10 to go for the Wolves. Right hash at the Carson-Newman 31. Down 24-13 to Carson-Newman on the Eagles' homecoming. Harris against a 3-man front, takes the snap at the waist. Harris steps up, going to run it. He's across the 30 with plenty of running room. 20, 15, and out of bounds along the right sideline. Ushered out by Jaquan Smith down at the 16. Dre Harris picks up 15 on the ground and a first down. Dre Harris, 7 carries for 31 yards now.
This is always the interesting choice here. A field goal is one of the pieces to this formula for Newberry, but you're inside the 15-yard line. Now the problem becomes if you stay in bounds and don't get a first down, time's going to come off the clock. Those 3 timeouts, however, are pretty much worthless with the exception of one. You want to keep that in your back pocket if you are able to recover an onside kick.
1st and 10 Wolves, right hash at the Eagles 16. Harris out of the gun, takes the snap, play fake, stands in the pocket, has loads of time, sprints out to the right, looking to throw. Now Harris back to the left. Harris, he's at the 25, 20. Harris going to run it. He's across the 10 and out of bounds at the 7-yard line. That's all well and dandy, but that was a 16-second play for Dre Harris. And he doesn't move the chains. Picks up 9 down to the 7. 2nd and 1. 34.5 seconds left. He alertly does step out of bounds to stop the clock.
Well, you'd like to see Carson-Newman stiffen here and not allow a touchdown as Carson-Newman calls for time. Maybe more than anything, just to get a little bit of a breather.
34.5 seconds left. Carson-Newman with a 24-13 lead on Newberry. And the Eagles' defense has stiffened here in the second half. Newberry has not gone 3 and out. The Wolves have put together sustained drives, but Carson-Newman has bowed up when the Wolves have gotten it either into the red zone or close to the red zone and forced field goals as opposed to touchdowns. Now, in this situation, a field goal with 34.5 seconds left, not the end of the world for Newberry if they can recover the onside kick. And really, that's the crux of this no matter what happens.
Yeah, there's so many pieces to the formula, and the two most difficult things are to get the two-point conversion and to get an onside kick. And with 34.5 seconds left, Newberry's got all those timeouts in their back pocket, but I think at this point they might have preferred to use those maybe a little bit earlier.
2nd and 1 Wolves, left hash at the Carson-Newman 7-yard line. Harris out of the gun, Walker to his left, trips wide receivers, bunch to the short side left. Harris takes the snap, hands off Walker right side. He's tripped up in the backfield and sealed off over the hashes right side by Rondro Peebles down at the 4. He does move the chains, does Walker on the rush as Peebles saves the touchdown. 1st and goal from the 4 now for Newberry. And Todd Knight will assuredly burn a timeout here. I mean, that is the one thing that those timeouts do. They let you take a chance on the ground, and it nearly pays off for Chance Walker.
Yeah, he just couldn't slip past that last tackle, and if he does so, he's into the end zone. You save your team some time, but just couldn't quite evade that last little piece to be able to get the ball into the end zone. And Carson-Newman holds for the time being, and this game's really interesting when it really didn't have to be.
Newberry has outgained Carson-Newman 370 yards to 313 yards. Eagles with 271 yards rushing. Newberry 187 yards through the air. That's a season high for passing yards allowed by Carson-Newman. Eagles top 10 in the country in passing yards allowed. Very stingy in that regard. But Newberry with just 13 points to show for it so far. 28.8 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Eagles leading 24-13 on homecoming. 1st and goal from the 4 for the Wolves. 2 timeouts left for Newberry. Harris in the gun, Walker to his left. Jumbo set for the Wolves with this shotgun package. Only one wide out in the game, that's Johnson. They bring him in motion, play fake the jet sweep to him. Harris keeps it right side, and Harris walks in. Touchdown, Newberry. Dre Harris finds pay dirt on the ground from 4 yards out. It's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And the Wolves will have to go for 2 to make it a field goal game with 24.9 seconds left.
And they brought on some of the kicking guys who are heading onto the field. I mean, you got to understand the situation, fellas. If you don't get 2 here, it pretty much makes everything that you just worked for null and void. So critical 2-point play. Newberry's not done if they don't get it, but makes it more challenging.
Harris from the gun. Rolls right, backpedaling, looking to throw, just chucks it off of his back leg to the left side of the end zone, and it is called in complete to the tight end, Gordon. Well, when Dre Harris settled to throw that one, I thought no chance. But he put it up, and Gordon ran under it and hauled it in, and this is a field goal game with 24.9 seconds left.
Well, it all comes down to an onside kick, and you work on this every single day in practice. You work on it for about 15 minutes on the lead-up, the Friday before the game. But in essence, all it was one-on-one coverage with DeMarcus Jones, and actually looking at the replay, it was a crossing pattern. I don't know if it was the specific design of the play to roll Harris right, but he was able to roll right and get one-on-one coverage across the formation. It was just a sprint to the corner of the end zone. And now it all comes down to this very final opportunity here for Newberry, and Carson-Newman will bring its hands units onto the field in a 3-point game. And CN having to grind out the final minute and a half of this ball game. And this Newberry team's been a thorn in Carson-Newman's side for a long time, but I think I heard the other day with the new rules in the NFL, there's been 4 total onside kicks recovered at the NFL level in the last 5 or 6 years since they reinstituted the rule. Well, it's different in college because you can be 5 yards back. At the NFL, you can only be 1 yard away.
It's Rogers for the onside kick, and it is picked up by one of Carson-Newman's up men, Derek Evans, actually the one that recovers it at the 45. And it'll be victory formation time for the Eagles. Carson-Newman recovers the onside kick, and CN 23.6 seconds away from putting a halt to a 3-game losing streak to the Wolves.
Very fortunate, but Derek Evans has as good a hands as there is on this Carson-Newman team. And the Eagles fortunate to be able to pick up that ball.
Carson-Newman will get into the victory formation with 23.6 seconds left. Todd Knight does have 2 timeouts if he wants to force Carson-Newman to snap it twice more. Evans takes the snap, takes a knee, and Todd Knight is going to force Carson-Newman to snap it twice more. Looking for a miracle.
Newberry, second charge, timeout.
.6 seconds left, 24-21, Eagles leading. And if you look at it statistically, probably not a game that Carson-Newman should win. But turnovers go Carson-Newman's way, and the Eagles able to take advantage of short fields and capitalize on those when necessary or stop Newberry drives. And the Eagles, 21 seconds away from celebrating a happy homecoming in front of plenty of alumni in attendance.
Yeah, and this is one of those games where at the end of the day, a win's a win. And CN didn't necessarily play its best game of the season, but you'll certainly take the victory home with you.
Evans, victory formation snap. He's backpedaling and now drops to a knee back at the 48-yard line to run some more time off the clock. 3rd down and about 17 to go. And Todd Knight.
Timeout. Newberry, 3rd and final charge timeout.
Not going to take that final time out with him back to the Palmetto State. Eagles one more snap and it's ball game over. 17.9 seconds left, leading 24-21. Now, one result breaks Carson-Newman's way. That was Virginia Union falling to Bowie State. End of the second quarter over in Gaffney. Limestone a 17-14 lead at the break on the Lenorine Bears. Final from Melbourne, Florida. West Florida beats Florida Tech 38-14. And early in the third quarter, Valdosta State is on the board, trailing North Greenville 9-7. Not sure what a Valdosta loss does for Carson-Newman's chances. It's not like North Greenville's truly in the playoff picture at this point, so it probably doesn't hurt other than, hey, Carson-Newman might be going back to Georgia if they do make the playoffs. One final snap and it'll be ball game over. Evans takes the snap, takes the knee, and that will do it here from Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman, a gritty performance against the Newberry Wolves. CN prevails on homecoming to improve to 5-2 and 3-2 in South Atlantic Conference play. 24-21 the final score. As Michael Watring wasn't pretty at times. Eagles missed some stuff in the passing game that was certainly there, but Carson-Newman triumphs by 3 at home over the Wolves on homecoming.
Yeah, and the definition of a good team is winning with your B, your C, and sometimes your D games. And I think that's all Carson-Newman did today. It wasn't their best overall game, wasn't as crisp as possible, but the defense made some big stops at times, forced some turnovers, and the offense was able to take advantage of all of those opportunities. And at the end of the day, Carson-Newman's able to walk off the field victors on homecoming, and they get back to above 500 in South Atlantic Conference play and keep the door open for a potential playoff berth.
24-21 the final score from Berktar Stadium. Eagles prevail over a Newberry team probably better than that. Record indicates now at 3-5 and 3-3 in league action. Domino's postgame report is up next. Our crew today, spotter Will Hurt back in Mossy Creek, making his return to the broadcast booth. Happy to have him alongside Leanda Carey down on the sidelines. Dave Claybo, of course, running the show back inside of network control. Jackie Burns, our in-booth engineer and graphics operator. Phil Barger, our replay technician. Danielle Whaley, our director, and then our camera crew for the video stream. Kaylee Meadows, Christian Wazorek, Riley Thomas, and Nick McNeese. Domino's postgame report is up next. 24-21 Eagles win it. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently. But when it comes to our Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op.
They're our neighbors.
Our friends. Our home.
Powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek, we're your trusted energy partner. The game's over, but we're getting warmed up. The Domino's postgame report hits the air in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear Assurance Comfort Tread tires and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
This is the Domino's postgame report on the Eagle Sports Network. Highlights, stats, a conversation with Mike Turner, and player interviews are all headed your way.
Johnson pressured in the backfield. He's caught and roped down by Phelan Booker.
The Domino's postgame report is brought to you in part by Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Appalachian Electric Cooperative, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, always looking out for you. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Real Coca-Cola taste with zero sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service-built. By the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A. Jefferson City eats more chicken. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Kate Insurance Agency, insuring your future since 1959. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, back to the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
All right, we welcome you back to Berktar Stadium, where Carson-Newman celebrates a happy homecoming with a gutty 24-21 win over the Newberry Wolves. It wasn't pretty at times. Carson-Newman was outgained by Newberry, 374 yards to 305 yards of total offense, and for the first time in the 29 games that Mike Turner has been head coach here at Mossy Creek, Carson-Newman wins a game and in which it was outgained in terms of total offense. Eagles had previously been 0-4 when being outgained by their opposition. But Carson-Newman got timely turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 by Desmond Farrell, 1 by Bernard Scott, and that leads to Carson-Newman's 24-21 win over the Newberry Wolves. Desmond Farrell is our Angie Cox State Farm Player of the Game for his 2 picks and 2 tackles. So Desmond Farrell earns Angie Cox State Farm Player of the Game honors. He'll be interviewed later in the Domino's postgame report by Michael Watrang. So let's break down how this one went. Even though the Eagles only win by 3, it is a wire-to-wire win for Carson-Newman over the Newberry Wolves, and they got on the board first with 8:26 to play in the first quarter thanks to Nate Kraft. He knocked down a 42-yard field goal. In on the right side of that line. Campbell will snap, Udy will hold. Snap comes back, hold is down. Kraft's kick is on the way, has plenty of length, and Kraft puts it dead upright. So Nate Kraft converts on his 5th field goal of the season and gives the Eagles a 3-0 lead, 8:26 to go in the first quarter. So Nate Kraft's field goal gave Carson-Newman the opening lead. It would be a 2-score game when Sharon Jackson found the end zone for the 2nd time this season, 85 seconds left in the first quarter. Callers out a call to get Newberry to flinch, see what the Wolves are doing. Carson-Newman sends 2 receivers, Westfield and Kelly out to the right. Evans takes, trap, right side. Up, a jump, and he's got 6. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Too easy for Sharon Jackson on the play over right tackle, his 2nd score of the season. And Carson-Newman has a 9-0 lead with 85 seconds left in the first quarter. Newberry would counter late in the second quarter to make it a 3-point lead at the halftime break. The Wolves found the end zone, a 13-play, 86-yard drive, a drive extended by a targeting penalty. Austin Gordon, an 11-yard touchdown catch to make it a 3-point game headed into the halftime locker room. Eagles, as good of a start to the second half as you could ask for. Bernard Scott with an interception on the 3rd play of the half, and then 2 plays later, Antonio Wimbush into the end zone. Evans takes, trap, right side Wimbush. Wimbush powering his way to the touchdown, Carson-Newman. Antonio Wimbush from 4 yards out has found Pater for the 33rd time in his career on the ground. And it's a 16-7 lead for the Eagles, 13:04 left in the third quarter. As good of a... So Antonio Wimbush's rushing touchdown gave Carson-Newman a 17-7 advantage with 13:04 to play in the third. Newberry would counter with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Shea Rogers booted a 31-yard field goal, but ultimately a win for Carson-Newman, a drive that took 16 plays, 76 yards, took 6:56 off the clock, and Newberry could only get 3 out of. Carson-Newman would counter that with a 6-play, 52-yard drive, short field set up by a long Ray Arterbridge kickoff return. And it was Toot Johnson with our AEC electrifying play of the game to give Carson-Newman a 2-score lead. Westfield short side right. Evans takes, gives trap or dive right side Johnson. Johnson breaking free along the right sideline. Johnson wheeling away. He passes it. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Toot Johnson into the end zone from 28 yards out. His first rushing touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are up 2 scores with 12:28 to go. Toot Johnson's 28-yard rushing touchdown is our AEC electrifying play of the game. AEC, member-owned and service-driven. After all, you're not just a utility customer. You are a co-op member. So Toot Johnson finds the end zone for 6. Newberry would certainly make things interesting late. A Rogers' 39-yard field goal made it a 24-13 ball game. With 8:10 to play in the fourth quarter, Wolves looked to be on the move, but then Desmond Farrell again came in the clutch. An interception proving why he is our Angie Cox State Farm Player of the game. 2nd and 4 for the Wolves. Snap comes back to Harris. It's high, play fake, throws it out along the right sideline. Jump ball. Carson-Newman's DB goes up, hauls it in. Did he get it in bounds? Yes! Desmond Farrell, career pick number 17, seals it off along the left sideline at the 48-yard. So Desmond Farrell's interception keeps Newberry's offense off the field. Eagles withstand a late Harris 4-yard rushing touchdown with 25 seconds left, and then Derek Evans recovers the onside kick for Carson-Newman to prevail 24-21. We'll step aside for a break and be back. Michael Watring will have Derek Evans after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back to the gridiron in 60 seconds.
One play, 80 yards, and the Eagles are on board first.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment. 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
Back on the Domino's postgame report, Carson-Newman triumphant over the Newberry Wolves 24-21. We'll start heading down to the sidelines. Michael Watring standing by with Derek Evans. Solid day for Derek, 4 of 11 through the air for 42 yards, but more importantly, Carson-Newman's leading rusher, 14 carries for 80 yards, and he's standing by with Michael Watring. Michael.
Yeah, Derek Evans does the job once again on the ground for CN, leading the way in that category. And Derek, this was one of those games where you really had to grind it out. And Newberry's done a great job against your offense over the years. What did you think of the effort from the offense to be able to move the ball and control time of possession today?
I think we came out and we played pretty tough today. We grinded it out because it was a 4-quarter game, and I think when times got tough, we just got tougher and we just played our game and we just pushed each other through and just grinded it out.
When you look at how this game shaped out, it was one that was kind of weird. It probably wasn't your A game by any stretch of the imagination, but after last week, important to bounce back. How critical was this win here on homecoming?
This was a big win for us, help us with momentum for the next 3 weeks to win on out. So just we came in and watched film and put that behind us and just knew we had a great week in practice and knew Newberry was going to come up here and give us a great fight, and we just toughed it out and just played our game.
Well, last week you guys used the aerial assault to move the football. This week was more of a ground game kind of game. You had to spread the wealth as you typically do. What do you think of the offensive line's effort here today? A solid week last week. They've been good for the last month or so.
Yeah, they great week at practice with them too, and they stay on me, I stay on them, and they came out here and gave it their all, and they toughed it out and help move the power and let me and the rest of the running backs just run through our lanes and do our reads and just run behind them, and they just gave us great efforts.
You're in a time of the year where pretty much everything has been solidified. It's been installed. Everybody knows their roles at this point. These 3 weeks left in the season, you got a couple road trips down the stretch. What do you want to see this group accomplish throughout the rest of the season to continue this upward pace here rushing the football?
Just try to just keep watching film and just getting better and better as the week go by. And I think if we just do what we taught and just play our game, I think we'll just keep getting better every week.
Derek, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Derek, thank you.
It's Derek Evans. Back upstairs to you, Cav.
All right, thank you very much, Michael Watrang. Hey, Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Whether you're a student looking for a late-night snack or just out to eat with your coworkers, Domino's has a deal for you. You can get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID, or get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's, it is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So Carson-Newman prevails 24-21 over the Newberry Wolves. Quickly, the ShopSeeingEagles.com at SAC scoreboard. Those two upsets, Valdosta State and North Greenville, no longer really upsets. Valdosta State leading North Greenville 14-9 in the fourth quarter, and Lenore Ryan has grabbed a 21-17 lead on Limestone. 6:41 to play in the third quarter in Gaffney, but still one-possession games in both of those contests. We'll continue with our interviews down on the field. Michael Watrang standing by with Philip McDowell. Let's send it downstairs to Watrang and the Eagles offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's another great week for the offensive line for Carson-Newman, controlling the running game yet again against Newberry with Philip McDowell. Michael Watrang for the Eagle Sports Network. And this offensive line was really challenged early in the season, and it feels like these last few weeks I've been interviewing a lot of you guys. What do you think of the performance today against a stout Newberry defense?
I thought we played very well. We knew they were going to be a very physical front, and Jordan Seal has been doing a great job at guard. Tavon's also done a great job at stepping up at center, and I think we can just roll and keep rolling with it.
Last week against LR, the first quarter was a disaster. Well, this week you guys played 4 quarters, and it felt like every single play you guys were winning. How important was that for this group to come in and control the line of scrimmage from play one?
I think we had to send a message right from the start, and I don't think we did that last week, and we ended up losing. And I think that was a very important emphasis this week for us to come out and perform well at the beginning.
Homecoming, not that it holds maybe any higher weight than any other. The great crowd here today, to be able to perform like this in front of such a great crowd, and what could be the second to last time you play here. How nice was that for this team?
It's very nice for all the seniors. Out and beat Newberry. They beat us 3 years in a row since we've been here. I think that was more important for us to come out here and beat them. And it's even better that we got to do it in front of our fans.
When you look at how this team shakes out the rest of the year, you know that you have to win out to have a chance at the playoffs. But how do you guys put that aside and ensure that you guys are getting better week to week?
I think that we just try to focus on game to game. We prepare every week very hard for each opponent that we have, and I think if we keep doing that, we'll be able to make a
Philip, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
It's Philip McDowell. Back upstairs to you, Cav.
All right, thank you very much, Michael Watrang. Carson-Newman triumphs over the Newberry Wolves, 24-21. Domino's post-game report continues after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopSeeingEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeingEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeingEagles.com.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today. or visit kateinsuranceagency.com.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. Final! I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard or thinking about it that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your spectrum of
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
First Baptist Academy in Powell seeks to assist parents by providing an excellent classical education that fosters a biblical worldview, striving to equip students to impact the world for Christ. Schedule a tour of FBA today by calling 947-8503 or visit the website at fbaeagles.org. Grades pre-K through 12th are available with an individualized teaching approach. Get your children into a discipleship model of education today with a family environment at First Baptist Academy Powell. Ask for more information and take a closer look at FBA soon. Call the office and set the appointment. 865-947-8503 or fbaeagles.org.
Carson-Newman Eagle football has been playing football since the 1880s. Well, Vaughn Pharmacy hadn't been around that long, but they're both great East Tennessee institutions. Vaughn Pharmacy is proud to support Carson-Newman Eagle football. Dwight Disney and his staff do an excellent job making sure you and your family get the medicines you need. Hi, this is Bob Bell. They've always taken care of us. They'll take care of you. Vaughn Pharmacy, across the road from Powell High School in the heart of Powell.
Back on the Domino's postgame report as Carson-Newman triumphs on homecoming 24-21 over the Newberry Wolves. Adam Cavalier alongside the Eagles head man. I suppose your official title based on who else is kind of around the booth will go with Copper instead of Coach. Your granddaughter is watching on from the back of the booth. Always great to have family in town. Always great to have homecoming. Always better to win homecoming. Not the prettiest game in the world, but got the job done. What'd you see today, Mike Turner?
Well, I just told our kids in there that, a win is a great thing. They're hard to come by. And there was things we could have done a lot better on offense and defense in the kicking game. There's no question about it. I'm not sure that maybe we had a little hangover left over from the past weekend. I thought our kids played hard on both sides of the ball. I don't have any problem with how hard they played. We weren't as sharp execution-wise as we needed to be, but I'm grateful and we're grateful for the win, and we learned how to celebrate in that locker room to make sure we knew we appreciated it. And we're 5-2 right now, and trying to write this story, to be the right kind of story at the end of the season.
This was a Newberry team that held you largely in check on the ground. Longest rush of the day was Toot Johnson's 28-yard touchdown run. You lost your last 4 games where you hadn't produced a rush of 50 yards or longer. What did it take to grit things out today?
Well, I think it took with just, like we told them before the game, be who we are. And there were some other things we had planned on doing and we didn't get to them. We wanted to take advantage of what they were giving us, and maybe that'll help us save some things down the road there for people playing us that way. But like I said, our kids played hard. We just didn't execute from all the positions like we wanted to. And when they see the video, they'll know that. And it's this is a man's game, and that's why it's special. And it takes a man to understand, hey, I got to stand up, I got to play hard, I got to take responsibility when I don't play hard. It's not somebody else's fault. It's in a team game and a team atmosphere, and we want to celebrate together, and we want to get better together.
Probably credit Newberry a little bit too. That's a Wolves team that is much better than what their 3 wins on the season would indicate.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody that's played them will tell you that, and their losses have been by 1 point or 2 points or a touchdown or something. So, they're a good football team. I was just proud that we got off to the start we got off to, and we moved the football and we got points on the board on the first drive. It should have been a touchdown, but we settled for a field goal, and then we got sort of stalled there in the second quarter. We had a turnover. we didn't make some plays. We had a breakdown in protection, and we had a touchdown pass down here next to the K-sack that we didn't quite get completed. So we got some work to do, and you know, I'm hoping these kids enjoy that win, get that behind us, and know that we got to go back to work on Monday.
Defensively, you bent but didn't break frequently. Held Newberry to field goals instead of touchdowns on a pair of drives in the second half and turned them over. This is a Newberry team, top 10 in the country in fewest turnovers, had only thrown 3 picks all season. You double that up today. What'd you see out of your secondary, especially from Desmond Farrell?
Well, we talk about, you know, it's what's up front that counts, and they help put a little pressure on right there in a little rush. But I think our kids were, you know, it's when you play in that area back there, you can't get robbed by your eyes. You can't let your eyes fool you. You gotta be honest with your eyes and know where your keys are and where to break. And gosh, those kids are ball hawking now, and that's tremendous to watch them do that. And you know, they turned the ball over like that the first time they did. We got a touchdown out of it, and so I'm all excited about that part of the game.
You alluded to it earlier, fast starts. You got the field goal in the first half. Equally as important, though, your start to the second half. Bernard Scott an interception, and then a short field. Antonio Wimbush goes into the end zone for his 33rd career rushing touchdown. How much of an emphasis was that?
Well, that's a big emphasis. When you're playing somebody that Newberry that you know well, they know you well, you don't want to let it, you know, continue on, okay? You don't want it to be an even game. You want to get ahead. And the first half, I thought we were in good shape. We got bogged down. We're in there at halftime, and we're talking to them, and I look on there, it's 10-7 or nothing, whatever it was. And so we come back out, and we got something started there in the third quarter. And then we made some plays that, you know, we've got to get some things better on some reads and some things like that. We had a couple drops and maybe some throws, but we're going to keep hammering and we're going to keep going forward. The great thing is that's a win. You celebrate that one. Enjoy it, all right? Get better on Monday. You watch video, come out of there, and let's go to work and get ready to play Mars Hill.
Adam Cavalier alongside Mike Turner here on the Domino's Postgame Report. A win on homecoming. You got up here pretty quick given the crowd, so kudos to you on the 40 time. Hasn't slipped a bit since 1972.
Yeah, it's still slow. It's still slow.
How fun is this to have all the alums back in town?
It's been great to have all those guys back. Yesterday afternoon they were here, and this morning, and got to go out before we started warm up and walk around some of the tents and see the guys and tell them I loved them and how special they were to Carson-Newman. And tell them they're always welcome here, and I think that's what sets Carson-Newman apart from a lot of places, buddy. They feel at home, and they've got a spirit that they put some things in. They got a legacy, they got a tradition. They want to see it continue.
Turn your attention. You alluded it to the Mars Hill Lions, the two, we'll call it deans of the SAC, Mike Turner versus Tim Clifton next week. Two coaches who have been around the block for just a little bit. You play against a rival 90 minutes away. What do you have to do to get better for this one against one of the most dynamic offenses in the SAC?
Well, no question. And Tim does a great job as a play caller. He's probably one of the best in the league in that. And they've got that receiver that's capable of doing multiple things for them out of their offense. You know, it's a 90-minute trip, but it's also how you set your schedule. You know, it's different than any away game. It's different than any home game. You got to have your schedule gauged. You got to have your plans ready to go, where you're going to stop and eat, those kind of things. So we'll get to work. We've already got that plan done. So we'll see if we can't get it ready to go Monday.
Mike Turner, pleasure as always. Congrats on the homecoming win, gritty over the Newberry Wolves.
All right, Adam, thank you very much, and appreciate all the Eagles showing up for homecoming.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. Domino's postgame report continues in a moment. We'll speak with Desmond Farrell, Daniel Dixon Brooks after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 864-771-700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family. into waking up the neighborhood. Latte for Christine.
I get my power from the co-op, so I can put my energy into planting seeds for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, power to your community, for your community, so your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
My 69 Camaro.
Who powers you?
AEC, the right call for your energy needs. Let us help you score success.
Best tailgate? It's gotta be burgers. And an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese.
No. 7-layer dip.
Ribs.
No contest.
Hummus. What? You need a hot grill and an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's tailgating 101.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. Back to the field after 60 seconds from your local stations.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear Assurance Comfort Tread tires and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
AM 620 WRJZ Knoxville.
All right, back on the Domino's postgame report as Carson-Newman triumphs over the Newberry Wolves 24-21. On homecoming, we'll take a look around the rest of the league on this shopseeandeagles.com South Atlantic Conference scoreboard before we speak to Daniel Dixon Brooks and Desmond Farrell. Michael Wattrang will have those interviews dialed up in a moment. But first, Eagle fans, we encourage you to stop by the official restaurant of Carson-Newman Athletics, Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's serves the best home-cooked meals that the Lakeway region has to offer. Start your day with their breakfast specials, and those go all day long. But finish it with one of Lisa's juicy, fresh, never frozen steaks. Eat at Lisa's after the game on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. Lisa's Country Kitchen, it is the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Well, plenty of action around Mossy Creek today. It started with Carson-Newman volleyball, also celebrating homecoming and celebrating it against the Newberry Wolves. Eagles sweep the Wolves 3-0 behind 10 kills from Megan Oldenburger, a double-double for her with 10 kills and 13 digs. Aaron Edwards, her normal self, with 7 kills on just 23 swings for a $174 attack percentage. One other event ongoing inside the Carson-Newman Athletics family, and that is Carson-Newman Women's Soccer taking on Catawba College's Catawba Indians. A win by Carson-Newman would certainly go a long way to staying atop the table in the South Atlantic Conference, and that is a 1-1 ball game in the 43rd minute over in Salisbury. It was Catawba who scored just 2:32 into the game. Maddie Capel lit the lamp off an assist from Giovanna Sanchez, but the Eagles would respond just 7 minutes later when Emily Futrell bulged the back of the net. Laura Hallgrim's daughter drops the dime, and we are still deadlocked at 1-1 apiece over in Salisbury for Carson-Newman Women's Soccer. Interesting day on the gridiron within the South Atlantic Conference. First game of the day was Tusculum at home against the UNC Pembroke Braves, and Tusculum manages to hang on with a 23-20 win over UNCP. Braves outgained the Pioneers by 36 yards. Tusculum only has 19 yards through the air. Bryce Moore 4 of 14 passing, but the two-headed monster of Jordan Shippey and Thurlow Wilkins, both of those players up over 100 yards rushing, to power a Tusculum rushing attack that piled up 283 yards on the ground en route to a 23-20 win over UNC Pembroke. Josh Jones, efficient in the loss under center for the Braves, 24 of 36 for 277 yards for the UNCP Braves. Mars Hill throttles Catawba. That's Carson Newman's next opponent. Lions prevail 55-28 over Catawba College's Catawba Indians. It was a 35-point second quarter that set Mars Hill up for success on the Indians. Catawba with 357 yards of total offense, but Mars Hill a balanced effort, 294 through the air, 207 on the ground. Elijah Jett effective, 18 carries for 128 yards and a score. Jimmy Urzua back into the game at quarterback after missing the last 3 weeks due to an injury. 16 for 26 for 294 yards and 3 scores. Of course, Craig Rucker making a bid for back-to-back SAC Offensive Player of the Year efforts. He was flawless as per usual, 6 catches for 145 yards and 2 scores. It obfuscates a great receiving day by the Indians. Gavin Rose, 10 catches, 194 yards, and 2 touchdowns for him. But Catawba just couldn't run the ball on the Lions. 52 yards on the ground for the Indians. And Mars Hill with the win to set up a nice matchup with the Eagles next week. Over in Gaffney, South Carolina, it is a one-score game between Lenore-Rhine and Limestone. The Saints had a 17-14 lead at the halftime break, but Lenore-Rhine, a third-quarter score, has taken a 21-17 lead into the fourth quarter, and it is a game that the Bears have possession of the football. Lenore-Rhine with 14 unanswered to grab the lead. Grayson Willingham with a 37-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Carter to give the Bears the lead. 9:39 to play in the third quarter, but it's the start of the fourth, and the Bears have the football at the now Limestone 40 after Grayson Willingham rushes for no gain. UVA Wise and Wingate are in action early in the first quarter, and teams haven't even played 6 minutes, and it's already, you've seen 3 scores. Wingate a 10-6 lead on the Highland Cavaliers, looking to set up a matchup of the unbeatens in the league with Lenore-Rhine next week. Other scores of note from around the region, it is Bowie State helping out Carson-Newman's cause for the playoffs with a 52-17 win over Virginia Union. That is Virginia Union's second loss. Virginia State, as expected, throttled Lincoln 62-0. Virginia State with just one loss in Division II action. The Trojans play Virginia Union 2 weeks from now, and the Eagles will actively be rooting for the Panthers in that one. West Florida stays with one loss. That only loss to Carson-Newman here back in the opener on September 5th. They throttle rival Florida Tech on the road 38-14. And the other game of note, Valdosta State and North Greenville. This game is in the fourth quarter, and North Greenville has a 15-14 lead on Valdosta State. And the Blazers have the football with 2:50 to go in the contest at their own 15-yard line. So Valdosta State looking to stay number 1 in the nation. Really interesting. Be really interesting to see how that one shakes out from over in Tigerville, South Carolina. But the final score here from Berktar Stadium, it's Carson-Newman 24 and Newberry 21. Michael Watrang has interviews with Desmond Farrell and Daniel Dixon Brooks dialed up, and we come back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
Hi, this is Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. When you come to Carson-Newman for a game, there's only one place to eat, Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's Country Kitchen has the best food for the best prices. I can tell you, after eating here for nearly 15 years, Lisa's is the most family-friendly restaurant in the Lakeway area. Stop by and tell Lisa I sent you, and go Eagles.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopSeeingEagles.com sack scoreboard is next. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Drive safer longer when you visit your local Michelin dealer, Fleet Tire, for a set of Michelin Defender tires. Michelin is the brand drivers turn to for tire options that deliver a safe, quiet, and comfortable ride. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue, exit 1B, Knoxville. Based on internal wet braking results versus Goodyear Assurance Comfort Tread tires and third-party wear test results versus Continental ProTrack tires with Eco Plus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details. Fleet Tire, Woodland Avenue.
When Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union opened 85 years ago, more convenient meant just being able to have an account. But today, more convenient means so much more. It means getting quick access to all your banking, make transfers, view real-time balances, and make deposits with our mobile app. Find out how much more convenient it is to be a member at Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. Learn more at tvacreditunion.com. Moving together through life, upward and forward. Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply. Ask for details.
All right, back at Berktar Stadium, Adam Cavalier, glad to have you alongside. And just because we can, let's have some fun. We're going to drop into the North Greenville Sports Network. It is Valdosta State football, and the Crusaders have the lead with 1:40 to play in the fourth quarter over the #1 team in the country. So let's take a jaunt over to Tigerville, South Carolina, and see if the Crusaders can hang on against the #1 team in the nation.
And in play, 1:31. Continuing to run, McGill gets stopped. But not before gaining a yard, enough to move the chains, and that'll stop the clock momentarily. Now one just enough to break through the line. McGill, or Wells rather, he's going to get it off to McGill. Incomplete pass to Seth McGill. Ball sits on the Crusader 48. 2nd and 10, minute 13 to go. Clock does stop after the incompletion. Rogan Wells. Trying to break through the crowd noise. Fakes the handoff, steps back. Almost brought down. Receiver in the area, no flags thrown. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Blazers.
So we've got you in
with... not in the spot. He was in. That was about to be big trouble for Rogan Wells. 66 seconds on the clock. Not in field goal range yet.
North Greenville's up 15-14 on Valdosta State as we listen into the North Greenville Sports Network. 66 seconds left over in Tigerville.
Rogan Wells, 3rd and 10. Slant pass. And stop. Short. He's fighting through, but not gonna be enough for Gallimore. To say he ran out. 58 seconds. 4th and 2. 4 down territory, North Greenville.
All right, we'll have more on that here in a moment, but let's send it down to the sidelines. Carson-Newman prevails on homecoming, 24-21 over the Newberry Wolves. Michael Wattrang standing by with Daniel Dixon Brooks.
Carson-Newman takes down Newberry on homecoming 24-21 with Daniel Dixon Brooks. I'm Michael Watchring for the Eagle Sports Network, and this had maybe a little extra meaning for you against your former team. How much did that motivate you here today?
It just motivated me because when I came out of high school, I was dedicated going to Newberry and wanted to get my all for the program, and things didn't go the way it was planned, and I didn't want to take out a loan, so I had to go back home and wait for a while, go to technical school until Carson-Newman gave me an opportunity to play football, and they gave me a scholarship, so it just meant extra, go out here and fight for my team.
You had an excellent game. I think you finished with 9 tackles, 5 solo tackles, a couple of tackles for loss in this one. What'd you see there defensively? They made some changes at quarterback. They were really running the football, trying to, at least, here today.
Well, I know the quarterback that they switched in. His name is Dre Harris, and I watch this just comes from watching film over and over. And when he gets in the game, they like to do a lot of RPO. They like to do a lot of option, and I just knew that there was going to be short game, quick game the whole time that he was in there.
When you look at how this defense has performed this year, it's been solid all season long, and you've been a key part of that. How have you adjusted to your lifestyle here at Carson-Newman and being a guy that's on the field seemingly every single play?
It just helps because I got such a good coach, got good coaches, and my teammates, they motivate me. When we have a bad drive, they always lift me up. So it's just, and I got to give all glory to God and just everything that goes with that. So.
One thing that this team, in the games that you've lost this year, you've had some situations where the offense has had to drive long fields. Today, it seemed like the defense took it upon yourselves to get some turnovers. I think the scoring drives were 7 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards. It was very easy for the offense to move down the field. How critical was it for this defense to get 3 turnovers?
What we do, what our Coach Slade, defensive coordinator, tells us to do is just put our offense in a good position. And so that's what we were doing all game. And so we could put up the score. Dez, 2 picks, Bernard with another interception. So we just want to put our offense in a good position to score, put it on ourselves to do that.
When you look at the preparation moving into the next couple weeks, what does this team still need to improve upon to play a full 60 minutes?
I'd say as far as we need to keep our poise and not go pointing fingers, just lift everyone up. If anything happens, we're going to go and get it back instead of pointing fingers. But it's just, I think we'll be all right for the next few weeks.
Daniel, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
He's Daniel Dixon Brooks. Back upstairs to you, Cav.
All right, thank you very much, Michael Watchring. Of course, while we were in the interview, Valdosta State had a 4th and 2, and Rogan Wells scampers 42 yards to put the Blazers up 20-15 with 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter over in Tigerville, South Carolina. So the Blazers surviving. Of course, still some time for North Greenville to try to do something. Rogan Wells, a couple of broken tackles, 2 of them to be exact, on that play to take it the distance. We'll continue here on the Domino's post-game report with our Angie Cox State Farm player of the game. It's Desmond Farrell, 2-interception day for him. He's standing by down on the sidelines with Michael Watchring.
Desmond Farrell is our Angie Cox State Farm player of the game. 2 more picks today. Des was all over the field, and let's talk about those 2 picks. It looked like both times you had to track back, leap into the air, made really nice plays on the ball. What did you see in each of those 2 plays?
I just played my game. Coach Slade in the first quarter, Coach Slade stated us that he didn't want us playing so soft. He wanted us to go up and challenge those guys. So that's what we did. Then once we started challenging them, then that's when the big plays start. Then we became successful with that.
When you look at how Newberry was going about their offense, it was a lot of quick hitters on the outside, and you had to provide support and run coverage. How did that change maybe how you approach this game versus others where you're stuck out there on an island?
Yeah, I mean, that's to go back to what Coach Slade said about going up and challenging those guys. I mean, he told us until they show us differently, they can run past us and beat us over the top, challenge those guys. That's what we went out there and did. And at the end of the day, we came out with the win, and we were successful with that.
You guys really stuck it to Newberry for a long time. Then they made the change at quarterback. And for one drive, it felt like he had you guys on your heels a little bit. What adjustments did you make once Trey Harris came on the field?
I mean, we knew once Trey Harris came on the field, we knew what we were dealing with. We were dealing with a dual-threat quarterback who could run and throw the ball. And we, at one point in the game, we knew that they were going to end up switching their quarterbacks because they did it before in past games. So once we figured out that they did that, we just kept going, and then we just started playing a little spy here and there. So we just kept them off balance.
I think that you would agree that this wasn't necessarily your A game as a team in this one, but you guys were able to win with your B game here today. The offense was in great positions all game long because you guys were able to force turnovers. How important was that here today to be able to force 3 different turnovers that led to scoring opportunities for the offense?
Hey, man, we're a team, man. Once one side of the ball down, that don't mean the whole team has to be down. We fought back, and we gave our offense hope. We're not going to let them guys down. They're not going to let us down. So at the end of the day, we're a team. We fight for each other.
Des, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
He's Desmond Farrell. Back upstairs to you, Cav.
All right, thank you very much. Michael Watrang as Carson-Newman triumphs over the Newberry Wolves, 24-21 on homecoming. Our next presentation of Carson-Newman football comes to you a week from today. The Eagles traveling to the Mars Hill Lions for a 1 o'clock kick from the mountaintop next week. We're on the air at noon at Mars Hill. Our next presentation of Carson-Newman athletics in general is, in fact, that game. We'll also have Carson-Newman soccer for you next Saturday, web only at seeandeagles.com/live at 5 and 7:30 as the Eagles take on the Wingate Bulldogs. Once again, the final score from Berktar Stadium, it is Carson-Newman 24 and Newberry 21 for our entire cast and crew. Director today, Danielle Whaley. Our graphics and in-booth engineer, the operator there, Jackie Burns. Replay technician is Philip Barger. And our camera crew, Christian Wazorek, Kaylee Meadows, Riley Thomas, and Nick McNeese. Leanda Carey, our sideline reporter, Michael Watrang, our color analyst, and, of course, Dave Clabo running the show back inside of network control. I'm Adam Cavalier, thanking you for joining us for Carson-Newman's homecoming game. Once again, the final score, Carson-Newman 24, Newberry 21. This is the Eagle Sports Network. Good night, everybody.